TerraSpaces. Hello and welcome to The Ether. Today is Friday, December 9th, 2022. Today on The Ether, part 2 of the two-part RAC FM number 14, the Q&A with Notional and Kujira. This is the part with the Q&A. Let's take a listen.
Hello. The mic is yours. I take it you're working late tonight, are you? Are you going to be putting in a late night?
I've worked most of the past 2 days.
Well, I hope you're looking after yourself. I hope you're having plenty of carbs and not just chugging coffee.
I'm taking carbs, but I drink coffee. You crazy broad northern accent,
Hey,
Yeah.
the biggest talk in the IBC is about what's going on right now. I heard were you scheduled to do a spaces later? Somebody mentioned, I think Gus mentioned you were going to do a space later or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Like I've been working most of 2 days. Let me just. I'm gonna click a thing.
Okay. Is
We're
there
being recorded. We're being recorded.
Okay, I get you.
No. You broad northerner, you. Listen here. So what if I told you that USK is neither fully collateralized? In fact, it's not collateralized at all. Nor
I would believe you.
Well, you don't have to believe me. I have demo code. And gonna drop it in a bit. Not yet. I have a friend who's actually making a video, but it's just out of great admiration for Robo here. That I just sort of figured I'd drop this here because Robo is always doing whatever the hell it is he does. I don't even know, and and then he gets drunk and he's talking about.
I bring people together, Jacob.
I know.
That's what I do. I bring people together.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so just to give you some idea of the level of certainty, the best CosmWasm developer I know has looked at it. I have looked at it. I have exploited it on a single node testnet on my computer. And keep in mind, it does not seem to be a security issue. It seems to be a very intentional design. Some of the people who helped with this, they want to sort of like keep their names off it, and of course I'm going to respect that. But the best CosmWasm developer I know, he's going to stamp his name on it. But I don't want to steal a dude's thunder. He's making one of his very beautiful programming videos currently, and this is the topic.
We know who you mean. We know who you mean, Jacob. Can I ask a question? Is this a DEFCON 5 situation? Is it?
Well,
it sounds like a DEFCON 5.
I mean, it really depends how you look at it. I believe that the software is functioning exactly as it was designed to. Now, I can't read the source code, so I don't know, but I know, Robo, I know what the effect is, okay? To read a quote from the best CW dude I know, let's see. You'll get names later, but okay. So,
Did you say CW? Did you say CW20 there? Was that?
The best dude I know.
No, but we're not talking CW.
You got the broad
They're not
there out.
CW tokens. But they're not CW20s tokens.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean it doesn't use Cosmonaut to operate.
Oh, no. I just didn't want anyone to get confused. That was all between like the actual the token. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, fucking, I've lost that word now. Oh, shit, we just mentioned it earlier with the ICS 721. The Totem Standard, sorry. They're a native Cosmonaut, right? Not CW20, right? I just want to check that.
Well, so if anybody knows,
want to interrupt.
I will, that's possible. It seems like that was an intentional design feature. By the way, we're only through one of the contracts and they're closed source, so like, to look into this is a lot of work. But the responses out of that community just seemed really weird, right? And what happened here? And I'll read you the quote here. I have confirmed that the owner can use this permit mechanism to mint large amount of USK, and that this owner is a single signature account. And what about the contracted mint? Just another single signature. Now, check this out. I mean, you gotta keep in mind that is sweet. Oh, Code Hans is getting pithy. This is great. Guys, look. The thing is, as I say it is, and the validators are coming. No. I mean, I'm just looking at my birthday.
What did I tell you, homies? What did I fucking tell you, homies? To stay away from all those fucking Terra tokens. I fucking told you, homies. I don't fucking trust no more of these fucking Terra tokens. I fucking
Yeah,
told
but they were an L1. Kujira are unique compared to the rest of all of the Terra project that's come over. Who else has deployed an L1 straight up like that? None of them. Even Mars on that's building on Osmosis on there. Right, Jacob, can you do me a favour? Could you just give me like an idea, an inkling as to like how many people have been from like not your end, but like not the Kujira end, right? The outsiders.
Six.
Wait, how many? 6 people, right? Okay, and roughly how many hours have been spent looking at it? Roughly, just so we get a comparison.
Well, I mean, it's about oh God, I don't know, 30 maybe. Like, it's a lot of people. Because I said 6, but it was 6 who made the hard confirmations. And I'm actually like the Eagle has landed. And I mean, all I can really say about this, like, well, they're not really like pleasant people to deal with, and well, I mean, I'll just break this out. There it is.
Can't believe I got
Can't believe I got rugged again. Games I had to do that app exit. What is that?
You got fucking rugged.
I got
Again?
Spaces. What's he put in the nest? Did he put something in the nest, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Well, I mean, we did, but like, I'm no George Bush, you know. I mean, like, you know.
Right.
Anyway,
wait a minute. I do apologise, Jacob. I've got a question for you. This is a good room with clever people in, right? And I hope you give me an honest answer because I'm an honest friend. I've known you for a very, very long time. I was one of your earliest supporters, right, over the Lum debacle. You know, you and I go back.
Oh, yeah, I know. You have a great accent too. And my British, they freak out when they hear you, man.
Yeah, fuck the British, man. That's why I don't live there. Dude, just answer me one question. Right? It's a really, really simple question, and I'll appreciate any answer you give me. Is this endeavour wholly based on protect the community aspect? Or are there other things that maybe the public, us, the plebs or whatever, we're not privy to? And there's, I'm not going to say ulterior.
Oh, no. Look, no, it's entirely that. Like, let me walk you through it. Okay? I mean, also, please understand that open source is part of my personal politics. It is part of how I run Notional. It is my rigidity toward, no, we do not use closed source code. It goes back 20 years, and I'm not going to change that. There's not a chance. And the thing is that, I mean, I like operated Bitcoin mines, right?
Yeah, I know about it. You told me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Let me just relate that. I mean, Bitcoin wouldn't work if it was closed source, and even Satoshi said that. And so, Robo, it's I mean, if folks launch closed source working Cosmos and then talk about its safety, I will investigate.
So to you, it's part of like your moral fiber, right? Ethically.
Well, yeah, it's just part of my moral fiber, but what you're not catching here, okay? And I feel like I'm failing to communicate over and over, and I really want to work on that. It is like if you're doing DeFi stuff and the code is closed, your risk factor is 100%. But furthermore, like, you ever like dive into a river or what have you, right? Hello?
Right. I'm concerned.
You ever dive headfirst into a river? You ever dive headfirst into a river? Okay. Wait. Another question. Before you do that, do you check how deep the water is? Or you just fucking dive right in?
Of course I do. Of course I check, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really all this amounts to. Now imagine you got a pool, okay? And it's 1.5 foot deep. That's less than a meter deep, right? And you look over that fucker, and there's somebody. Hey, just jump on in there. And they're encouraging you to jump, and they're saying it's safe and that you should dive in head first. I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that individual might pose a danger because they're also telling like some grandma to dive into the pool head first? It's only about 1.5 foot deep. And they're telling kids to do that, and the pool is slowly filling with blood. You feel me?
Well, actually, I have jumped in a river before without testing how deep it was, and that river was the river of Raccoon. So, just give me a quick like balanced opinion. Why? What's the difference between like Raccoon closed source and Kujira? What's it? Is it like just because one's
No, that's a really fucking good question. Thank you for asking it. Okay.
right? Why do you not want raccoons to be open source then?
The raccoons never posed a really big rug risk, and that's just an element of design, you know. And with anyone, let's talk about my. Hang on, you asked a question. I want to talk about my favorite raccoon. You know which one? That fucking rat bastard with the dice. Okay, the way he just stares at you. He shakes the dice. He's staring at you. He's shaking the dice some more, and then if you lose, he smiles slightly. Now this was genius in design. Robo, that contract is just not really a big deal. Like it doesn't hold collateral for a stable coin. Yeah,
okay, I get that. Right, and anything else?
Well, no, I mean that's actually it. Like the degree of scrutiny that a contract should face should be based on. Hang on, should be based on its capacity to hold value.
I feel trust them though. There's a blind level of trust, isn't there, between myself and Raccoon when I engage in them? There is a blind level of trust, right? Is that right?
I trust that sneaky fucker is going to steal from me, but when he does that, he's going to smile softly, and I like that. I like that. And now, what the fuck is this stupid thing we've been talking about for like 3 days? I don't even remember the name of the stupid thing. Yes. There we go. Okay. And there we go. I'm about to open up the repository with the demonstration code. I mean, all it is, guys, is just like, well, I don't know, there's a large, a large divergence between what you've been told about the capabilities of this work and like the actual capabilities of this work.
Right. So basically, can I just grab that one? There's obviously malicious intent if there's been something found. That's quite clear, quite evident. Obviously, if it's all confirmed and everything, right? The very fact that there's something in there that's something it's not supposed to be. There's malicious intent behind that. That's what you're saying, right? There is malicious intent behind this issue.
Well, okay, that is always going to be a matter of opinion, and that can't be proven. Like they can always. I don't know, Robo. I mean, I don't know if you know how this works, but like basically, like my expectation, right? We're going to hear all of a sudden, but I'm retarded and I can't help it, and something like that. And I mean, there are severely mentally slow people in this world, but I don't believe that is.
Well, I mean, the kind of things you're talking about falls under either one of two categories of incompetence or malicious intent, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll just let you be the judge, okay? Like,
no, but you know what I mean. No, when I was more
no.
When I was more stopped, that was incompetence.
The reality here is, like, this is already taking way too much time, but like, I just have this feeling. I mean, who would make a closed source over collateralized stablecoin? I mean, the way that seemed to me, okay, to be clear, is just like, oh man, you can kiss your collateral's ass goodbye. And it turns out I mean, I don't know, but like, what I do know is it's
Jacob, wait a minute. I have lost the headset. I'm going to grab the other one in a moment, but we have had some new people join the room. Can you just reiterate what you said? You said you found that it wasn't collateralized at all. Was that the statement earlier?
Yeah. well, I mean, I don't know, like if an individual mints it,
USK though, USK is
admin of
not,
these contracts.
USK is not collateralized, right? That's what you said.
Well, if your code Hans,
from Adam Kozanich, it says that
code Hans is special, right? And I like my blockchains where they don't have special people. But he's special, to the blockchain. There's a special account that has a lot of special powers. And that's it. Right? Like, I mean, yeah. You there? Broad Northern? Hey.
Jacob, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? So, like, I see your name around a ton, and, like, I see you're a validator. Are you exclusively a validator? Or do you do development for others? I guess I've never actually asked before. I've been curious for a while.
No, that's a cool question, man. Hi, Sunnyside. Yeah, I'm Jacob, and Notional Labs started as a validator. Okay, and at the time that we started, we were only a validator, and that we basically started with the Osmo launch. I knew some of the people beforehand, but like didn't really have like a plan, right? And these days, I'd say that there's about 50% software engineering, 25% like infrastructure provisions, so like running the software, and then another 25% validation. Guys, I'm just gonna hop out here though. I'm gonna watch this video, and then I'm gonna pause for a second and be like, damn, and then I'll probably be back, right? But like I gotta watch Larry's little movie here. I need to open source the GitHub repository I made, which is still a little like hinky, but if you run the code, oh boy, it's a special one. So that's what I got for this moment. But I want to give myself 16 minutes to watch some Larry. I suggest that everybody here take 16 minutes and watch some Larry, because at least then. And by the way, if anybody's yes, Larry is, in my opinion, the world's finest CW developer. He is. It's pretty fucking unbelievable. And
so it's Larry who vetoed the code then. It's Larry who vetoed the code then, is it? I think he's one of the I've ever met. No?
What the hell kind of Larry are you talking about? I'm talking about Larry Engineer, like the damn. He's a validator, but like he writes the world's cleanest code of anybody. But I'm gonna go, Robo. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll be here online shit. I'm gonna go watch Larry, and I'll be back. All right, bye guys.
Take care, Jacob. Thank you. Take care. Gaines. Is it Larry or Ethan who's looked over the code? Because originally I thought he's talking about Ethan Freer, right? When he's like talking about the number one man in Cosmoism, and then he's hinting out that he thinks Larry's the best. Who's checked it? Wouldn't
now
have been
I don't
Ethan.
know. Now I have no idea.
You thought you did. You thought you did before. You know what, the conversations, like we started out quite well actually, and then it just it tailed off a little bit. Like, dude, he's got something, hasn't he? He's got whether it's going to be like turn out to be a wild goose chase. I'm not even sure. Like Kujira, like give a fuck at the moment. They're just trying to like dev and ship. For me, I just see them guys shipping. But like, was he talking about a malicious aspect to this game? If he's saying it's not collateralized, he came on saying, "Oh, it's not collateralized at all." Like, I'm like, what?
We have to wait until there's more evidence. We cannot just go on by what Jacob said. Sorry, guys.
Oh, just listen to you'll have to listen to Portland 3 times to figure out like what's going on there.
I don't know. I just been always a little like, I don't know.
Well, Larry doesn't. Larry, the engineer, yeah, he doesn't put his neck on the line, and never, unless he's like, he knows what he's talking about. I mean, he is exceptional in the community. Like, I mean, if he's involved and they think they've found something, I'm a bit like,
At this right now, at this very moment, I'm just very glad that I don't have a massive bag of Kujira regardless, because there's a lot of fun going around. And I'm sure some of the people on Twitter that don't know any better are going to start dumping Kujira. So I'm really glad I have a massive bag of Kujira.
And also what's curious to me, really got me thinking, when he posted the tweet earlier about contacting the Interchain Foundation, he also said like Interchain Foundation and Osmosis Zone. But like, what the fuck's it got to do with Osmosis Zone? Like, the reason you would contact the Interchain Foundation is certainly like not the same reason you'd be contacting Osmosis Zone. Or am I getting that wrong? Where's the connection? Like, do you know what I'm talking about or not?
It sounds like you don't know what you're talking about.
But no, what the fuck's Osmosis Zone got to do with Kujira? Like what of their business is it? Apart from being like, you know, an interested party that wants to do good for the community. But like, come on, you want to give me that line, do you? Fuck off. Whatever.
Love you. I'm just joking.
I wasn't meaning you. I'm meaning fucking Osmosis Zone. Like, oh, wait a minute, guys. Soy. Guys, we've got someone in who fucking knows what he's talking about. Soy, the microphone is yours, bro.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Oh, dude, tonight in his game. Soy, if you need a whitelist, you need to DM Bbandz your turret address.
Oh yeah,
and he'll get you on Jade whitelist, because that's the new hottest NFT project. 10x in 2 days as predicted.
10x RAC,
dude. With 10x, we've got thirst traps dropping all over in the bottom of the fucking bear market, haven't we?
Okay, I mean,
the thoughts are doing very well. Anyway, Soy,
go on.
Do you know what's going on with Kujira? Do you know anything?
I know a little bit about Kujira. What do you want to know?
Bbandz, where do we start? I don't know. Jacob seems to have collated some evidence and proven some shit that he's going to drop.
Oh, has he got some actual evidence about it? I thought it was just I don't know, smearing them because they were threatened by the by the tech or whatever, Osmosis.
So do you know why there's official communicators going to the Interchain Foundation and Osmosis about Kujira?
Well, I mean, it's all stable wars and, you know, like, I don't know, order books and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, like, Kujira are, you know, developing rapidly, producing a lot of stuff, and, you know, with all due respect, like, Osmosis haven't really been producing all that kind of stuff. So I think when the likes of Jacob comes out and starts like using stuff about closed source and this, that, and the other as arguments against him, people start asking questions about the motivation for that. I don't really know where it all comes from, to be honest with you. I think it's a bit of a mountain out of a molehill.
But then again, Crescent already has an order book, and actually Osmosis has a beef with Crescent, but they are not fighting Crescent, right?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Crescent, they already have an order book,
yep.
Even before Kujira,
yep.
And Osmosis already has some beef with them, but they are not fighting Crescent. They are only fighting Kujira. Why?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Cosmos stuff, isn't it? I mean, like when Crescent first launched, it was there was a lot of fudding Crescent going on from Osmosis, but then like, I don't know, you see pictures of Sunny hugging Huang or whatever his name is, the tech lead at Crescent. I think everything's all good behind the scenes. I think it's just drama. Like, the community likes drama, doesn't it?
Also, if you look at Crescent, just look at it, dude, and then look at Kujira and look at the ecosystem that Kujira is building versus the DEX with concentrated liquidity and a stable swap. Like, I don't really see that as a huge threat to Osmosis. But when you talk about like a robust liquidation engine, you're talking about a team that's willing to move fast and break things with respect to staking UI. They've basically done everything that people have been like wanting and asking for at a much faster pace than any other project.
Yeah, and double quick time. You can't but admire what is going on at Kuji for sure. It's amazing. I'm sure ultimately there is an argument about closed source versus open source, but I'm not so sure it's a priority argument to be having right now.
Yeah, so I guess the one thing that, and I'm new to this too, so Gainzz and Robo can fill in the gaps, but apparently Larry was able to deploy the USK contract on testnet and mint like arbitrary amounts of it without depositing collateral. So I think that is like the new concern, which is why is this, mint capability given to a single wallet that's owned by the team versus like some sort of multi-sig that is controlled by governance. Is that right?
Correct. That's exactly what he was talking about. Multiple wallets being controlled by one person or by one signer. Yes.
So the risk that I'm seeing is that you remember how North Korea went against these wallets. So how they hacked these bridges is they actually socially engineered or hacked the multi-sig signers. So many of these bridges had like 5 of 3 multi-sigs for minting tokens. So what they did, they hacked 3 out of those people who were the multi-sig signers. And then they minted themselves unlimited amount of tokens and then swapped it back to Ethereum. So in this case, if he's right and there's only one person who is able to mint USK, so some hacker like North Korea can go after this person, socially engineer them or hack their password and then actually mint USK and then have a cascading situation just like UST if USK is as adopted in the Cosmos. So that's the risk, I think.
I mean, that would be kind of fun. Like, we haven't really had anything fun in a couple weeks. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like let's just get rugged. Why not? It's been a while.
Jesus.
Yeah, several people suicided as well. That was also, I guess, fun.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, here's the thing. I'm wondering, like, yeah, there's the multi-sig option. Like, is there a way to make it so that, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to fucking say. All I will add to this is that I understand the need to have certain things controlled by either single wallets or multi-sigs. And I think that there's probably more that we need to hear about this situation from the team itself.
Well, RV, can we stop? Your man's come in the room, yeah? I've just invited him up, guys. I'm not going to lie, right? If someone's going to come in the space, like Jacob, yeah, and talk, and this is what the RAC gang are like, right? I just want to say, before your man comes up from Kujira, right? I went up in the nest, and I did post the space, because I'm going to be very open and honest to you guys. I have, in this situation, got a bias. That bias is the fact that Rama and I had them on a space for nearly 3 hours, back in like August or something, whenever it was, right? And like Rama says to me, he's like, dude, they passed the sniff test for days. Now, you know what we're like, right? And you know the individual skill sets like Rama and I have, right? And the things that we would talk about afterwards, discussing the space, yeah? We came away from that space with Kujira with a very, very, very good impression, very excited. And I actually like tweeted. And so I have to declare that like I do have a kind of bias. Right. Your man's come up. Hello, brother. I need to get Toy in maybe and Gainzz to talk to your man and maybe RV if that's okay. Hello, brother. How you doing?
Hey, mate. Yeah. Frustrating day, to be honest. Feeling pretty pissed off. So, yeah, I know I can be honest on this space. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? Like, it becomes pretty hard to try and focus on what we're building when it's just, rockets being fired left and right. So, yeah, as usual, ask away and I'll answer. But yeah, just kind of pretty sad to see, right? Every day we wake up to this stuff and it's kind of hard to, everyone just says blank it out. But I mean, how do I do that, right? Being asked to come on calls and which I understand, but to address somebody's like opinion on something is tricky, right? So we try not to jump at every cannon that's fired at us, because I'm sure you guys could all understand we are a small team and we would never ever get anything done if we released a statement every time Jacob, has a wobble on Twitter. It would be very, very tricky for us to ever get anything done. And we do pride ourselves in actually building and delivering rather than talking shit on Twitter. So yeah, I just wanted to preface it with that. And then happy to answer anything, really.
It's lovely to hear your voice again. I can't believe I went and found the space right from a few months ago, and then you dropped in, and I'm like, oh my God, what a space is this turned out to be. And dude, I love the fact that you do it. You come in on your own account, like we talked about your own account versus team accounts tonight. That was a good conversation. So yeah, dude, you can say what you want. I will preface a couple of things that you've missed. And I'll timestamp you so you can go back and listen to the recording. I did ask Jacob where this was coming from. If it was like an inherent need to, try and take care of the community and make sure, that's the priority, is that there's, or is there other underlying things? Before Soy comes up, because I really want Soy to speak to you, I just want to ask one simple question. To a lot of us, there appears to be ulterior motives here. You don't have to go into detail about them, but would that be right? Are there ulterior motives?
Ulterior motives from us or from?
No, from other sides. I mean, I'm not going to start mentioning names. Oh, yeah, other sides, bro.
Robo, wait a minute. Let's not talk about the ulterior motive thing, because that's kind of like a circular conversation that I feel like is, the Dove is here. Let's talk to them about, the contract.
Okay, I know where you want to go. Right, Harvey wants to get down to business. Well, I'll tell you what, Soy and Harvey will bring you two up because you're well in the know. Soy, you can go first. I don't know if you've got any questions.
No, mate. I've just got off a space with Danku about interchange security, and I've been busy with that all day. So this is like news to me. I have no idea what is going on here. My QG versus Jacob knowledge is legacy knowledge from the first time around. So yeah, I wish you best of luck, QG, with that one. I'll try and wrap my head around what the hell is going on. But yeah, I think first time around it was just usual Jacob stuff, in my opinion. But I really can't pass comment on the new revelations.
Okay, Harvey, over to you, bro.
I'm just gonna let's just pretend that I'm mentally handicapped and I know nothing about Kujira. So let's start from the very beginning. Jacob's biggest complaint has always been things aren't open source. And now they're saying that, they've taken this USK contract, they've deployed it on testnet, and that, any address, or this given address that is the admin or that controls the contract can mint unlimited amounts of USK without depositing collateral. So my first question is, is the USK contract not published publicly, but you can still deploy a non-published contract and test it? How exactly is this working if things aren't open source, or am I just misinformed about what that means?
Well, yeah, there's quite a few things to unpack there, right? Firstly, it's not currently open source, so I wouldn't really know how they would do that. Secondly, we can mint an unlimited amount with no collateral. Everything, the supply and the cap and everything is literally there for the whole public to see, and you could query the blockchain. So it makes no sense whatsoever that we would try and mint any extra amounts of USK. We've worked really hard to provide Atom and to kickstart things, but that is, I can't even stress how ludicrous that is. Every single USK that has been minted is backed currently by Atom and a little bit of DOT with Ethereum on the way. So yeah, I don't know, how they're going about this. To get to probably what would be the next question, we had intentionally not put this process of new collateral types into governance as yet, because there's a 48-hour voting period, right? So we were always waiting for ETH to come along. So it's just kind of unfortunate that these guys have jumped on this now, because with only one main collateral type, we didn't want to be at the mercy of a 48-hour window, which we saw with Terra. in case we had to do anything to protect the peg or to deploy something, we had to keep this open just for this period of time. As we keep saying over and over and over again, everything is being moved to governance. People can see that on a daily basis. We've had 105 governance proposals. We are constantly shifting more and more and more stuff into the community. The Senate is now coming out. We're working insanely hard. But I think people forget that Kujira is 5 months old, right? They're expecting us from a decentralization point of view to be at where other chains have got to in like 2 or 3 years. So, we have kept stressing this over and over again. We are open sourcing various parts of our code, which we have been doing. We are moving as much as humanly possible into governance in as short a time frame as we can, which hopefully, again, people can see. But there is nothing at play here. Like you can literally go and see. You can see the locked tokens and the USK supply. Like I don't know how we would get away with somehow minting a whole bunch. Like how would people not see that? You know, just logically, even if you don't know anything about coding, like how would people not see all that USK flying into the market? And why would we want USK not being collateralized? I mean, that would cripple the whole project. And I mean, 5 months in, that just seems crazy. And also, why would what could we even rug at this point? So anyway, yeah, I'm happy to try to clarify further, but it's all there. Like I believe somebody was saying that it's under collateralized. Like how on earth could it be under collateralized? It's literally an over collateralized stable, and all the information is there on the blockchain. So anyway.
Yeah, I think that was helpful. And I think Gonzi's got something to say, so I'll let him ask a question before I do.
Yeah, from what I could gather, what Jacob said is that when USK is minted, it is controlled by one wallet. So is it like one wallet, or is it a multi-sig? Who is the holder of that?
Yeah, so right now, what the contract does is it has a list of whitelisted addresses that can actually mint. In other words, you know, the markets for Atom and USK, .USK. So I think that people are getting excited about that fact when actually there's nothing to it. So we presume that they've just downloaded some bytecode because that's all you can do, and making various assumptions. So yeah, like we've said, we spent the whole day with our community explaining. We fully agree that it's not ideal right now, but of course, the plan was always to move to a governance model with a whole range of wallets, just like most of our other stuff. That has and is the plan, always was the plan. And now that we have another collateral type, we feel a little bit safer having that 48-hour window being introduced, because with the way the Kujira blockchain works is there's nothing you can do in that 48-hour window. And USK in particular was something pretty sensitive in the beginning. And we felt like we needed to have the ability to be a little bit more flexible, especially in the first 2 or 3 months. So yeah, like we said, we've just admitted it's a wallet, but from tomorrow, that's going into governance, and it's going to change. As I say, just really sad about the timing of this particular attack, because you can go and read in our Telegram now. We've spent the whole day just explaining it to people calmly, and the Kujira community are like, okay, cool, you know, that makes sense. So yeah, feel free to jump in the Telegram. I can't find all the messages now. It's been a whole day. People just kind of sharing FUD links and stuff, but yeah, it's all there in our Telegram chat if you want to join.
So in the future, are you okay? Go on.
Go on, Gonzi.
So in the future, are you going to phase out these whitelisted addresses? And are these whitelisted addresses like humans? So
no. There's a contract that controls what can mint. So it's not humans. This is like the markets that it's coming from. So I don't know if this is why they're getting confused with the bytecode they've downloaded. Maybe they think that without seeing the actual code, maybe they're assuming that this thing can just do whatever it wants, but that's not the case at all. So yeah, it's a whitelisted address of the marketplaces, the contracts contract addresses for where you would go to actually mint USK by supplying collateral. It's literally the opposite of what's being painted. So I think that's going to be made much clearer. But yeah, it's not a whitelisted address of humans that can mint USK willy-nilly.
Do you guys have plans to phase out this mechanism?
Yeah, well, the mechanism of the whitelisting will stay, but the centralization of the wallet that controls that will obviously be majorly phased out. It'll literally become a job for the entire Kujira community, validators and all of the delegators. So it'll go from 1 to tens of thousands.
Okay, thank you.
But we just unfortunately didn't get the chance to play that one through. There's been no random minting of USK. As I said, that would be stupid because it would mean that USK is under collateralized. And I'm not sure why we would be doing all this work, building all of these products if we were, I don't know. I just implore people to just maybe think about it, right? Like, what the hell would there be to gain, and why would we work so hard? Why would we be delivering all these products?
Dude, I can hear the frustration in your voice. And listen, I said to everybody before I brought you in that I was biased, right? And there's a reason for that. You don't get on a space, guys, right, with a couple of guys for 3 hours. And if anybody knows Rain Man and Rama, he went hammer and tongs, please. I know it's 3 hours. It's on Spotify. You can listen to it throughout the week. I do implore you to go and listen to the contract because the spaces, because there was a lot of talk, right? And there wasn't just talk about what we're talking about now. There was guys really drilled down as much as we could into the team, what they've done, how quick. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Right, listen. There's another reason I'm biased is because I'm from Raccoon and we've had shit from day one. We had all the fucking food and crack, and we've had to fight from we're not called the stinky blinders, dude, for nothing. We're called, and I can hear it in your voice. And you know what? I'm not the technical guy. Soy, anything you've heard, Soy? Did it raise a question with you?
I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, anything that I've just heard is completely out of context for me because I have not heard what people have been saying in the first place. It's the first I've heard about it today. So,
do you mind if I ask a couple more, I guess, targeted questions after watching?
Go ahead, Arby. Go ahead. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
All right. First of all, I just want to say I'm thankful that I can buy more Kuji under 60 cents. Second of all, it looks like
cheeky.
It looks like Larry is kind of. It sounds like, okay, sorry. I'm not a developer, so I'm just trying to figure out what things we need defined before we can answer the question. So as far as I understand, every COSM contract has a code ID, and that's kind of that contract's unique identifying number or whatever. And then he found that code ID number 11, I guess, is the contract that is labeled USK controller. And then he goes on to say, after looking at the configuration of the contract, that there's an owner and 5 permitted accounts. And so what he did from there is to download the binary code of code ID 11 from mainnet. He saved it to his local directory, and then he basically ran a test on testnet where he made himself the owner and then was able to mint an arbitrary amount of USK. So I guess my question is, is this method of downloading the binary code from mainnet, is that the equivalent of having kind of the exact same contract? What are the problems there? Why would, I guess, do you want to explain further, what this means?
Yeah.
Whether it's accurate?
Yeah. Okay. So just to be clear, I didn't write this code. I'm not a Rust developer. I'm a UI dev by trade. I tend to do a lot more biz dev stuff and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, in essence, what he's done is cool, right? So he's run something locally. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything in the mainnet, in that realm, because obviously anything that he's minting would just be, some kind of local representation of the real USK. So first of all, that's that's fine because he's identified that an admin could do that. So yeah, that part is correct. And that's exactly what I've been speaking about here now, in that we are now moving that to governance completely now that we have another, what should be far more reliable source for USK minting in Wrapped ETH. So yeah, I mean, I guess if that's the big reveal, then yeah, fine. Like that's literally what Hans, the architect, said today. We fully realized that wasn't the way it was going to be. And as I say, it was always going to change, much like a lot of stuff that's gone through governance. You know, we had to kind of weigh up the risks involved, you know, while USK was really young. Maybe it was the wrong decision, but we were just a bit worried about that 48-hour window in this early period being just a few months old. But yeah, so if he downloaded it locally and did that, then that would mimic the sort of control that I guess currently Hans has, which, you know, like we've said, admittedly is not great. But yeah, as with the open source, as with this, was always the plan to move it to governance. So the question then, though, I would just add another point that I think it's a bit dangerous because we've heard about under collateralization and minting USK willy-nilly, but he would also know that we have not done that because that stuff you can't spoof. You know, we can't mint USK with no collateral and then just kind of hope that nobody notices. It wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. And also, on that topic, what would we do with it? You know, it's not like there's enough liquidity. It's not like we can go and sell millions of USK because it's impossible, right? There isn't a marketplace for it. So, yeah, as I say, like, as we've admitted, like, that's how it was being controlled. We were wary of the 48-hour window, and now it's all going through governance. So basically what he's going to discover is, okay, well done. You know, you cloned something locally and proved that as an admin, I can do X. Sure, you know, that's fine. But it comes down to, we're not doing that, and we haven't clearly, because otherwise you would see it. And so I'm just a bit concerned about, you know, it's not so much, hey, you know, let us try and help you. We have an open line with Jacob. I've asked to do a face-to-face call. He never booked it. We had quite a long Twitter DM thread where we kind of explained our thinking for open source and stuff, and he seemed pretty reasonable around all of that. And he was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. And yeah, and then a couple of weeks later, it was just all this public Twitter facing stuff. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into the weeds on that, but yeah, it just does seem a little bit strange, right? Like if you're trying to protect a chain and its users, why not? Why don't we just kind of talk about it? I think shouting stuff like minting, you know, willy-nilly and under collateralized and all that is nonsense, because they know it hasn't happened and they know that it's over collateralized. So that's just a bit that gets me a bit, because you think your average user is going to go, oh, well, you know, fair enough, when they see these like scary things, like it clearly insinuating that we're doing something bad when we simply haven't. I think that's really the source of frustration.
Well, I asked that question. Sorry, Avi, Avi, come in a second. I did ask that question. I said, well, if what you're saying is true, is it incompetence or malicious intent? And I'm still waiting for the answer. So sorry, Avi, that's all I wanted to say about that, because I heard that bit. Yeah.
Well, see, this is the thing. I don't agree with it. It's not incompetence. Like, this is just the nature of how, like, okay.
No. Sorry. He's saying they've done something wrong or incorrect or whatever. I said, well, is it incompetence or, because I did try to say, is it incompetence like osmosis? Like when they drop the shit update code and,
no,
you know,
it's not even like that. I'm sorry, Robo. This is not the same thing. This is
you don't know
by
what
design. This is on purpose, man. Like this is how, when you start a company, you as the CEO run the fucking company. You're not like, all right, all my employees, like, let's get up here and fucking run this business together. Like, no, like, you are the one that cares enough to have started the company. So things start centralized, and over time you decentralize things as it makes sense. I completely resonate with what Dove is saying when it comes to this idea of making sure that the right things are in place before you relinquish control. And the reason why is because, I mean, with Cleomedes, like, we're not even like as big of a project, but we were like, if we move all of our shit to our multi-sig like today and something goes wrong and someone gamed our airdrop and then all of a sudden drains our treasury, like, that would be the end of us. So we're not going to do that. We're going to hold everything in our team multi-sig until we're ready, and then we move it over. So that's the first thing.
Did you hear what I said, like, about the guys all, like, they passed the sniff test 3 months ago with Robo and I? Like, literally, if you're going to come on, I'm telling you, like, I feel like us when we can go down, like, if you see what we did to Loop, right? If you look at if you go and listen to Loop Space versus the Kujira, you'll know how bullish we came out of that, like, idea, that project. By the way, guys, listen, Kujira have officially crashed the spaces. I took a screenshot. I'm going to take, like, another one right now. There's only me in the space, guys, right? On my screen, yeah. There's only me, and every, like, 2-3 seconds, I keep flashing up notifications that 𝕊ecret has accepted a course, AmanDAO's accepted, and they're just on rotation, like the two of them constantly. Literally, Kujira, you've crashed the spaces. How many people are in this now? Does anybody know? How many people are in the spaces?
40.
Guys,
40.
But is that all? Is that all?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got a quick question for Dove before Gandhi goes. Okay, so obviously we all know that people are screaming and shouting about open source this and open source that, right? What exactly does Jacob want to see open source, and why is Kujira not open sourcing it? Is there a liability to the people that are invested in the protocol? Can you kind of just touch up on that for us and just clear some things up?
𝕊ecret, can I extend your question as well? Can I extend 𝕊ecret's question that I do believe Kujira have been very vocal about developing their own wallet. And I do know that the wallet situation is like the main bone of contention with closed source. So I just wanted to add that little caveat to 𝕊ecret. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So we had, we kind of stumbled across, well, I don't want to just say that because there was a lot more than that from Hans, but Hans kind of stumbled across something that we know is a game changer, right? Like, we know for sure. And we made the decision early on. And by the way, it was like this all the way through Terra. You know, we always had the same mentality around this. But just to give you guys a bit of background. So Hans kind of stumbled across something that basically now is used across all of our apps and used really widely. And I mean, I'm sure you guys so we often get told on Twitter, but what Kujira does is so easy, right? It's so easy to create Orca. It's so easy to create a stable coin. It's easy. That these few very loud voices keep saying that. Yet, if I can be perfectly blunt, you guys, everyone in this room, go. I don't care who you're a fan of or where your allegiances lie. Go and take a look at the delivery. You know, go and see what's happening. You know, someone mentioned it before. What you know, the people from mainly the one chain are the team members or heavily affiliated for X chain. I mean, what has come out of it, right? A broken, updated UI. So this is something that, like, we have always been very aware of this. It's this one piece of tech, and the problem is that it's underlying across everything, as I say. So we made the decision to build and work as hard as we can in the knowledge that we would get some of this attacking about closed and open source. But we feel like it would be insane to give away basically the main competitor. Okay, aside from how we can actually build and deliver and not just tweet all day about things coming soon. Aside from that, we need to value this so that we can just get a little bit further down the road. And as mentioned before, we will then start opening up various bits until ultimately the entire chain is completely open source, and more so than that, completely decentralized. So that really is a goal for us. But you know, as Avi was saying, we can't do that in the first, we're 5 months old, right? We can't do that. We can't do all of that straight away, because I promise you for free, that everything we've done will just land up on another chain the next day, which again, like we're not against open source, and we believe that, you know, working together in this way, and, you know, it can push the whole kind of space further. But, you know, it's a decision that we've made. We're sticking to our timelines, we're sticking to our plans. And as Avi was saying, you know, we're not doing this to try and upset anyone. And by the way, we are very, very, very far from being the only closed source operation in Cosmos and wider beyond. And I think you often find that some of the more serious sort of fintech related products tend to be a little bit more guarded, right? We're not dealing with NFTs here. Like, we need to be a little bit careful. So we also don't believe it's completely black and white, that open source means you bulletproof. If I can be blunt again, it's all of the open source projects that have had malicious code uploaded to them, and all sorts of stuff has happened. I don't really recall that happening to the likes of, say, Injective or the other projects that have gone the way we have for now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that gives you a clear enough reasoning, but it kind of is what it is. You know, we're really young. We feel like we just need to hold on to this IP just a little bit so that we can get ourselves off the ground. We don't feel like it's kind of fair to the Kujira community to just say, okay, well, you know, there we go, kind of throw in the towel. But yeah, that's it. And, you know, as I say, there's going to be definitely more and more as we go. And then the plan ultimately is to have it wide, and even with the Senate, and then have literally have even every cost that we have decentralized. Right now, just not really possible.
Well, bro, I know you weren't there. I know you're probably going to go back and listen. Wait until tomorrow and I'll timestamp you. I did ask the question that, okay, well, Raccoon's a close source. Like, we are so guarded about our code. We once had Tank on. And when we talked to Tank about I think this was the first time Kujira got attacked. It was actually Dead Right, who's dead right at the minute, by the way, guys. I just tweeted. Dead Right, you know what happened? It was when the first time the closed source conversation came out, yeah. I remember, like, we were having a space, and like the conversation came up, like showed, like, oh, you know, what would be the point in like RACs, like open source, and like what they've got, the cheeky little codes, right? And like Tank just came in, and Tank was like, "Don't you motherfucker do that! Don't you do that!" Our games, well, guys, listen, someone will have to help me. Games. I hope you and Amanda are still a co-host. I've got no view of the room. Just let you guys know, I'm rogue to death, right? So if Mol comes in, and I hope your man, Dead Man, can hang around for when Mol comes in. Because listen, guys, if we can get Mol having the closed source conversation with Kujira at night, I think it could be one of the greatest things for the community. Now, we're hanging on. We're not going to lose this space. But if Dead Man's okay, we'll keep going. I'm sure there's questions. Dead Man.
Yeah, I can carry for a bit. My kids just got home, but they seem calm enough for now. So
Gonzi has his hand up.
All right, okay, Gonzi, 1 minute. I want to ask your man, Dead Man, if he knows about the us getting exploited through White Whale. We've been offline for 2 weeks. I know you've got your own shit going on, dude. We've been offline for 2 weeks. When the flash loans came on Juno and Huahua at the same time, we got that re-entry attack or whatever it's called, right? But the guys have discovered some shit. So, dude, if you can hang on until the devs come on, I'm just in the DMs with them now. That will be lovely, man. Tank, is Tank back?
Yeah, I'm here, but actually, I would like to pass and see what Gonzi had to say. He had his hand up for a while.
Yeah, he did. I just want to welcome you, Gonzi.
Yeah. So Avi made a good point why, as a founder, you would like to have the control over your project. But on the opposite side, I would like to say that right now, what the model you have deployed, you are saying that the contract deployer, we have to trust him. The contract deployer controls basically the entire USK thing, right? And in blockchains, it's antithetical to say that trust me, bro, I will not rug you, right? Because the entire point of blockchains were to verify and not trust. So it's kind of opposite in that sense, and some people are criticizing based on this point, which is kind of valid, right?
Yeah, it's very valid. That's what I said we agreed to, and we've been speaking in our Telegram group the whole day. Yeah, I fully agree with you. Yeah, it's a very valid point and one that we've said, yes, fair enough. And as mentioned, like always, we're moving it, the whole thing onto governance. So there'll be thousands of people now. So yeah, you're dead right, man. Dead right.
Yeah. Also, the point that you guys have been like, not directly speaking, but most of the people think that, let's say, Osmosis will steal the code if you open source it, right? But you see, the Osmosis team and the core developers have been developing these platforms like for open source. Let's say the Osmosis team founded the Dragonberry patch, right? And if they said that, okay, we would like to just keep it to Osmosis right now for competitive advantages, how would the ecosystem grow? Osmosis team is also working on ABCI++, right? So Kuji also benefits from that ABCI++. What if Osmosis team said that, okay, we will keep ABCI++ for ourselves only and not for the ecosystem, for our competitive advantages? So
okay, that's fine. But what I will retort with that is, other than saying that I agree with the first point, which you know, like that's clear, we have been we are also contributing to the whole ecosystem. Hans actually applied an insane update to Cosm.js, which is literally going to change the game for everybody. I think Osmosis currently has hundreds of requests going for their dApp, and this will literally boil it down into one. You can search it, batch requests for Cosm.js, and that's just the beginning, right? So it's not like we're not building this tooling and sharing as well. This is, like I said before, I'm talking about one very specific implementation of something that you know, we feel as a business now. This isn't like a security patch, right? It's not it's basically a performance enhancement. So I hear you on one hand, but on the other hand, like I said, we're contributing as much as we humanly can. We help, by the way, what people don't realize, actually, some of the team members that have been fighting us along the way, both in these spaces and online, what you don't see behind the scenes is them asking us for things like, hey, how did you guys do your migration from Terra? Can you help us? Can you share some code? These are the bits that people aren't seeing. And that's why it's kind of frustrating to me, because we are very much there. We're very much contributing. And of course, if it came to anything close to security or anything for that matter, it's a no-brainer. But that's simply not what I'm talking about here with this one sort of piece of proprietary stuff we have for the moment. So yeah, I hear you, but I have to say that, you know, we are doing both. And offline, we're helping a lot of people. They come to Hans especially all the time. They come to Brett for design stuff. But then they also go on Twitter without even talking to us or asking questions and just flame us. So it's kind of hard for me to see that activity and go, oh, okay, well, it's you, sir. You're the one asking us for help and then going and flaming us on Twitter. You are the good person and us at Kujira are the bad people. I struggle a little bit with that if you consider everything that's going on. Jacob tweeting that he's the largest contributor to Kujira. Like, is he like? I mean, I must be living in a dream world, right? Like, that's insane. Hans alone has done 4,400 commits this year to date. So yeah. Anyway, we contribute a ton. We help wherever we can.
Hey, yeah, man. I've missed you, bro. I've missed you. I mean, I was traveling home that night and I had to get Rom at the start and I was only in the background, right? But I've missed you guys. I've been tweeting. I mean, I wanted to stay away from this. The thing is, I will say that I have known Jacob for like a long time. And I've seen him be right like 60% of the time. And that's like the thing that like I'm moving forward with in my mind. Like I'm not listening like outside influences. I'm kind of like judging everything myself kind of thing. And I'm like, well, 60-40 or whatever it is, 65, 65% right. Well, there's going to be that time, isn't there? And Arby, did you have any follow-ups from what you just heard? I just want to check if there's any follow-ups, dude, because I want to ask you, man, dead right, what he thinks about trifle. Dude, are you a trifle fan or not? Do you like trifle?
Are we talking about food?
Proper trifle. Proper trifle. Wait a minute. Is Amanda in the room or not? Is Amanda? Because I can't see anyone. Dude, look in the nest. If you can see the nest, there's a trifle in the nest. Your woman. She's American as well, you know. She's not even British. This is, well, English, I should say. Your woman in the nest is made of trifle, dude. Because you know what, Dead, right? These rooms, right? Like, these rooms can get, like, heated. They can get, they can go in, like, total tangents and wrong directions. Like, we kind of, like, try to control these spaces so that the right people, like we're going to defer to the right people who've got the right questions. Like, we run our spaces really, really professional. Dude, I meant to ask you, though, did you hear what we did a few weeks ago? You know the FTX hack? Remember when FTX hacked the weekend? Dude, we've been having these spaces called For the Culture. And they're kind of like for the dudes in America on night shift and shit, like, and pissed off or coding all night or whatever. Like, we have loads of, like, great guests, like, drop in for the culture, yeah. 𝕊ecret normally puts them up, like, Monday to Friday. 𝕊ecret, what they're about, you put them up about 1:30, like, Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yeah, 1:30 a.m. Eastern.
About 1:30, but they go on for about, like, 3.5, 4 hours, Dead right, you know. If you're ever, like, bored of working at the computer one day, right, you want to, like, just listen in or something, come in. But we started doing some of these for the culture. And then we did one randomly on a Saturday, and we had, like, people like Jake Hartnell and stuff, like, from 𝕊 come in. Dude, it was going okay, and then FTX started getting hacked when live online. Dude, listen to this. We did a fucking uninterrupted. We never got robbed. We did 35-hour spaces. Dude, it was about, like, I think it was about lunchtime, about 12 o'clock, right, or maybe 11:30, right, Bangkok time. So for 𝕊ecret, it was like, he just, like, finished his work or whatever. It was like his night off. I think it was his weekend off. It was like his Friday night, right? I did 20 hours uninterrupted, and then I slept for 4, and then did, like, another 11 hours. Yeah, 24, 11, that's 35. 𝕊ecret did 15 hours. He slept for 5, and then he did another 15. Dude, we did between us. I mean, we were the main co-host. 𝕊ecret, what were the numbers on that? We had how many co-hosts? About
Hold on, massive shout out to Bbandz too, though, and Tank.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, they hold the fort down while we were asleep.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the numbers were.
You guys left me. You guys left me.
For 20 minutes.
Both of you fell asleep and left me.
We had over 68 speakers. I can't even tell you the numbers of listeners. It's probably, like, upwards, like, over 1,000. But hey, I don't know if I think we're getting a little bit off track here. I know that.
No, we're not. We're resetting the room. We're resetting the room for the new people. Listen, see, people don't realise the skills that you need in the spaces. I've reset a couple of times already, dude. I was hoping someone might have come back. 𝕊ecret, have we not got any? You'll have to keep me up to date. If anyone drops in the room,
Amanda dropped back in. Amanda dropped back in.
Get her up as co-host then. Can you or not? Oh,
she's a speaker.
No. Wait, get Amanda as co-host straight away. I'm not losing this space. I just wanted to, like, I'm not talking about the trifle, but it's Amanda's trifle. Dead love. Have you seen the trifle? It's a beauty, isn't it?
Mean, yeah. Where can I see this?
In the nest, dude. You know the nest up above in the spaces, like there's, like, we've got a massive nest.
Oh my god, I hadn't scrolled down. That looks fantastic. Holy hell. Yeah, that's definitely something. Yeah, that looks amazing. Well done. Sure, I'll definitely be all over it.
Dead man, do you know Amanda? Do you know Amanda? She's like a business development for the Angel Alliance. She's the charity queen. If you can see our PFP, can you see the angel? So she got the PFP off Rama. I mean, he was the kindest soul in the world. Gave her one of the best PFPs we've ever seen. Then 𝕊ecret tatted it up in revenge. Your woman is a raccoon through and through, dead man.
Lovely. Yeah, that I can see it now. Amazing. Yeah, I think, Amanda, I don't know if we I think we have a group, but I can't. Yeah, I don't know. Probably a while back.
I think I've DM'd you a few times, and you've DM'd me back. Yeah, but it's
cool,
it's nice to officially speak with you.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
how you guys doing over there, by the way?
We're doing well. I've been running the Angel Alliance for like since May. May. And you guys are are locked for good partners. So we're very happy that, we can work together.
Amazing, yeah. I know we were we might have been kicked off the spot, but I know we were top of that for some time, which we were very proud of. But I'm sure there's been other kind souls that have come along since then. I need to, please do send me an update. I'd love to see what you guys are up to.
Yeah, that sounds great. We're actually relaunching our website. It's going to have like full Kato integration and a bunch of new angel impact funds available in 2 weeks. So everyone needs to stay vigilant.
I keep calling him Dead Man. I keep calling him Dead Man. I should be saying Dead, right? But Dead. I like Dead Man better.
Dead Man. Dead Man is sounds about right.
You're gonna make the best comeback in history, son. Don't you fucking worry. I tell you, I know where my chips are going. Dude, no. The raccoons have been there, I don't know, since we met Angel, the Angel Alliance and the Art Angels, they hooked us up with a personal charity here in Thailand. Mate, it's been a match made in heaven. It's like we were the mad crazy bastard. We are the fucking stinky blinders of the IBC, right? But that's our brand, right? But what happened was we did a massive charity space with Empower Plastic, with Angel, obviously, with the man that rescues dogs, who's really famous, out here in Asia. Yeah. Dude, it's amazing to hear you guys talking about that. Oh man, I've said I'm biased, guys. I've said I'm biased. I'm not gonna call people out, right? I'm not gonna call autistic devs out or whatever like that, right? But I know the kind of people that I've had the conversations with and getting the information that I actually understand. So anyway, I think we'll let people make that decision up. 𝕊ecret.
Remember that time Robo was like, "Hey Avi, you have a question, and before I say what I'm going to say, I'm going to let you ask," and then he just never let me ask the question.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, Robo. Anyways, I'm going to head out, but I just wanted to say, I always find it super interesting that, for example, the Dragonberry patch, when that whole exploit became known, it was an extremely silent notification process across all chains. I mean, that exploit obviously had potential to affect every single Cosmos SDK chain. So there was good reason for that. But I just wish that we could do it more often that way, even when it comes to team specific stuff. And I think the fact that you guys are continually being attacked, it's probably annoying to deal with, but I guarantee you that it's only getting more eyes on your project. And I think at the end of the day, as you guys continue to kind of decentralize things and make good on your promises, it's only going to make you more appealing in the long run. So I fully believe in what you guys are doing. The one thing I really like about blockchain or crypto or whatever you want to call this bullshit that we all do is that it's basically like online gaming in the sense that even if someone doesn't know what you look like, they strictly judge you based off of your actions. If you have a level 50 character in a game and it's really hard to get there, people automatically respect you because they know that you had to work hard and develop the skills necessary to excel at the thing that you're doing. And that's the way I choose to view people in crypto. The proof's in the pudding. What you guys are working on, it's just a superior product. And yeah, I don't think this is going to stop. I think you guys are just going to see more of this shit happen, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you very much. And that's kind of, and said it to Robo and on other spaces. We shoot from the hip, right? I'd like to say we wear our hearts on our sleeves. We work hard. We're really just trying to deliver. But we do also really appreciate this. But like you said, Avi, why it's just a bit sad, right? That Dragonberry thing was good, and like you said, I do probably understand why there was a bit of silence around it, and we got informed and we were asked to probably not shout about it, so we went along with it, which was great. But like you say, it's a bit of a shame that because we are in tons of groups, right? There's tons of groups for whether it's Cosmos BD guys or developers, more often than not, we're all in the same room somewhere. But instead of those developers going, "Hey guys, this isn't ideal and it could lead to FUD, those same builders just go on Twitter and tweet about it. And it's like, okay, well, I would listen. If people could see USK being minted with no collateral, which would be, as I say, which would be obvious, then I would completely understand. Then, you must flame us to the ground. But until we've actually robbed someone or done some criminal act, I like you said, I tend to agree. Like, why aren't we? Because, and I'm not saying that in an idealistic way. The irony is that the people making all of these sort of, whether it's accusations, let's be honest, I think we can all agree that somebody going and tweeting like, and it's always dramatic, right? It's never like, hey guys, there's a potential for somebody, if they wanted to do something wrong. It's like this big banner. It's USK is fucked and we're all going to die. It's that part that I don't really think is healthy. And it just seems like a double standard, because all of those people doing those things are the ones that go up there and say they're actually doing this for the good, right? They're doing it for the good of the community. They're doing it for the good of crypto. Well, if you were, then why are you going, as I say, with these big banner, like scary tweets, instead of coming and going, at least just trying? We're all in these groups together. And again, as mentioned, we're actually helping a lot of these people, literally giving them free advice, explaining how we've done things, explaining processes, code snippets, all the time. So yeah, I think that to me, it becomes pretty clear. I know, Robo, you asked me, but how can there not be an ulterior motive? Like, how can there not be? Because, as I say, if you're professing to be one thing, but then shouting, and like a lot of it has just been blatantly untrue, obviously, as I say. So yeah, these things are frustrating. Yeah.
Dude, did you just say that shit? Did you? Hey, I heard that in Bangkok. Are you listening, audience? I heard that in Bangkok. You heard that in New York. You heard that in Johannesburg. You heard that in Tokyo. You lot are around the world. We're on 5 continents, 12 fucking time zones. And your man just fucking, oh my God. Dude, wait a minute. USK is going to 0 and we're all going to die. I am fucking dying. What was the first mint? $1 million. Wasn't the first mint $1 million, was it? Is that right? The first mint $1 million?
We've got an. Yeah. I was just going to say, you may as well just clip that one sentence that I said out and post it on Twitter, right? Like, just take it out of context and do it, because why not?
Dude, that was probably one of the. I tell you what, I've been tweeting, dude. While you've been talking, I've been tweeting for fun, right? Like how good this Spaces is. This will get over 1K replays, and so it fucking should. Because you listen to these monotone interviews, matey. We've been talking about this for months, right? People like Cosmos Spaces are in the industry, right? And Tankies as well. Dude, these people get like lists of questions that can be like asked, or topics that can be touched on. They get like given like time, like, right, we can be there for 45 minutes. You can ask this. Like, most projects are hard as fuck to get inside of. So imagine the value that we like attribute to you right now, being in here, being real. Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. That's why I posted the Spaces, guys, earlier. 3 hours with Rain Man. Rain Man's, you must love Rama. Do you miss Rama? I know you're busy, but you must miss the fella.
Yeah, defo. Where the hell is he?
Oh, he's underground. He's in the sub-DAOs and that now. We're not too sure if he's going to rug us. We're not too sure if he's going to rug us. We're waiting. Again?
You should talk to Kujira. We can probably help figure out a crafty plan, right? That's apparently what we do.
Yeah, I don't want to discount the amount of value that Jacob and other people like Larry add to the ecosystem, because they clearly do. But it's getting really fucking tiring to see all this fucking virtue signaling, because it's just getting to the point where it's like it's like we're like a bunch of fucking children, and we're just trying to like pick each other off, and that's like totally antithetical to the whole message or idea of like what the Cosmos is supposed to be, which is like an internet of blockchains. So anyways, I don't know, man. I think, like I said, you guys are going to keep getting this shit flung at you until you get to a place where you do all the things that these people want. And then they won't really have much to say anymore. It's just going to be funny, right?
Maybe. I tend to disagree, though. And I mean, I don't want to be a nihilist or anything, but I think it's pretty clear that they'll. I mean, right, today we're getting attacked for our validators, just for example. Like, what the, you know, so I don't think there's any limit. It's like, well, these and actually, I'd like to talk about that, actually, that one new piece of FUD from, the usual. Our validators fought their way in. I'm not sure people know this, but we had close to 700 validators on our testnet, all fighting for a place in the top 75. Now someone willy-nilly goes on and says these validators are shit with no reasoning. Just avoid them, right? My personal opinion is that you avoid them. What a crock of shit. Like, I mean, who like, how dare you? Like, you know, so the problem is, what's the solution? Oh, let's go for literally a centralized set of validators that have been predefined by God knows who. And even if it was governance, let's be totally fair here. We know how that works. It's not like there's not lobbying for votes and all sorts of other stuff. So I personally just don't buy it. But if you look at Kujira, how can you give Kujira shit for the validator set when those 75 validators had to fight in a group of 700, and what they had to do was work super hard. Our validators channel in Discord is unbelievable. Everybody helping, everyone like just lifting each other up, and we like the fact that, you know, maybe we don't have, you know, the apparent big boys on the list, whoever those happen to be. They've done an amazing job. You know, it hasn't faltered. We have all the slashing mechanisms in place. People have moved on from validators. You know, obviously not every single one of them has been perfect, but I think we're one of the most decentralized chains. We've worked really hard on that. And yeah, like I think everyone can see that, right? We're pushing towards a fair and properly decentralized chain. So I'm actually quite proud of the fact that maybe we don't have some cartel of validators that somebody has forced us to use, you know? So yeah. Anyway,
brother, the social power pressure circle that has been running the greater Cosmos validator lineups have been socially and financially civil attacking the entire ecosystem for fucking a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck all that shit, man. I'm right there with you, dude.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. I mean, it just to me, it's weird, right? Because it's just own goal after own goal, right? I mean, if there was a category for own goals in the Qatar World Cup at the moment, you know, these Cosmos peeps would be winning it. It's like they're not doing themselves any favors by, you know, being blatant arseholes. I just think it's backfiring a little bit on them. But as I say, it's just a pity because sometimes it can get distracting. That's kind of the only downside.
I just want to say thanks for coming on, Dov, and talking about all this stuff. I see some of the other guys from the team are also in here, and I think it's important that, you know, although you guys are very busy, clearly have been putting in a lot of work, it's cool to see you guys actually come in and kind of interact with the community. I think you guys are doing great, and best of luck dealing with all the shit that's going to get flung at you in the future.
No, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, as I said to Robo, like, we're always happy to come on and have a chat. We try to get on as many spaces as we can. Robo, to your point about having these chats like so rigid, I fully agree. Whenever I have one and I get a list of questions, I never actually read them, and that's the truth. Because I don't like to plan. I don't know if it's just my character, but I actually prefer to just listen to somebody talk to me and then answer, rather than have had something lined up or whatever, because it's just it'll sound unnatural for one. And also it's just, that's weird, right? Like, I don't want to have time to prepare answers to a question. Then that just seems dodgy. So yeah, I appreciate this kind of vibe where, you know, we can just talk. Obviously it's been a tough day. You can hear it in my voice.
Robo validates you, man. Now, dude, I am the linguistic professor of etymology in the room. And I'm the bullshit detector, right? I've got the fucking, I know what's going on here. Now, what is interesting, and I'm just going to call this out, obviously we've got a few people. Wow, we've got some great people in. We've got Jacob coming in. We've got Pepe coming in. These are big brains, right? Right. Guys, listen, I've got like what I've just done is force close the app, right? I was getting rugged again so bad, man. The entire space has crashed because there's loads of people in the room. I thought someone might come in and request to speak. Now, I have just tweeted out quite a few things, right, guys? I just want to clarify something. Listen, 16 minutes went and gone. This space is being spread all over. We haven't. Yeah, V, I'll get you up in the room. V, don't worry, we'll bring you up, guys. I thought we might have had someone else, representing an alternative view come into the room. That hasn't happened, which I'm not too sure if it's telling or not. But I've been enjoying the conversation that much. 𝕊ecret, did another Spaces start on somewhere else? Is there?
Checking my sources right now. Sorry, my sources.
You know who I mean. You know who's he had one schedule. Gus told us there was one scheduled for 11:45 Hanoi time, which.
Yes, I see one right now that's live. It's your man Haas.
No.
No, you're talking about Notional. You're talking about Jacob hosting this Spaces.
Yeah. Is it live or not? No. Is it live?
No.
Asking. Right. Okay.
No, I don't see it. No.
Because imagine if we all, like this entire room, just bombed that Spaces at once. It would be fucking hilarious, wouldn't it? Be a proper Twitter rug, like when we did the Cardano one. You know how Joe was born? Like when we just literally bailed in the Cardano Spaces where Joe was talking. And he was up speaking as well, guys. And we all just bailed in with Joe PFPs, like rugging the life out of him, like that kind of shit. We have a new fella to the conversation, guys. We're not people to leave people out. V, hello, son. How you doing? You all right, son? Oh, he's fucking ghosting me, isn't he? He always does this, V. Jacob.
V, can you hear Robo? V.
Oh,
Hey, 𝕊ecret, how are you doing?
Oh,
good. How are you? Can you hear him, Robo?
Is Robo speaking?
Oh, no way. V's getting rugged again. V's getting rugged off.
Can you hear V?
I can hear V. I can hear him. He's getting rugged.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear Robo V?
I can hear you, 𝕊ecret. No, I can't hear Robo.
The Twitter rug.
Leave the room.
The Twitter rug. Wait, these Twitter Spaces, man. The mental and that you can't even get. It's like
Robo.
What?
Robo, can you hear me?
Aye. Can you hear me, you pleb? Don't be fucking winding me up. Don't be coming in here like being a cunt and that. We've got proper guests, man. They don't embarrass me. Is he embarrassing me, 𝕊ecret? Is he winding me up?
Do you think having proper guests is going to stop?
Oh, you can't hear me, you fucking little pleb cunt. Listen, the little pleb cunt, man. Comes in here. Look at him. He does this every time, doesn't he, you little wind-up merchant? Anyway, how you doing, son? Are you all right or what? We've, V.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've just left work and I've seen CT going crazy. I'm just driving back to the home now.
Okay.
It seems like you guys have been having a lot of fun.
First up, dude.
I saw some FUD about the validators, by the way. No one should be shitting on the Kuji validators. I've got 𝕊ecret validator PBR who's been doing an amazing job. And Julian from 𝕊ecret, who's also been amazing. And those guys have been working hard for the past 7-8 months.
Correct.
So
exactly.
I don't think anyone should be shitting on community-led validators.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, I really tend to agree. It's weird, right? And anyway, I don't want to hash it out again, but it's just kind of, it's pretty sad, right? Because and I'm also not sure, like, what is the premise here? You need to be what? You need to have a golden stamp of approval from someone? Like, is this what we're saying? Who's God here, right? Who plays God in this situation? And this is where I would be pretty worried, and that's kind of why I came out of my
guys, this might be the battle for the real IBC. What you're witnessing right now might be much bigger than what we all think, because I'm telling you what, and I'm not gonna connect these guys or correlate them, right? But all I'm gonna say to you is Jake Hartnell's making moves. I found out some updated information yesterday that I didn't know. There's reasons that there are being moves, right? There are people who are toxic in this ego. And there are people who just talk about stuff that they're told to talk about or told to do. You know, you've got to let the dogs off the leash, from time to time. And you should know what I'm talking about if you're fucking clever enough, people. This might be the defining battle of IBC, actually. And I might be wrong, Dead Right.
No, I think you're dead right. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, it's the big one right now, right? It's the big cherry. It's no coincidence that there's 3 different entities all vying for this position. And by the way, I just need to be clear about one thing. I'm not saying I'm strictly against any of these setups. I don't even want to mention it by name. But it strikes me as a little bit worrisome when literally people either in those entities or people that stand to gain from those systems, and we can't really deny that those two points are spot on. It worries me that when those entities and people are the ones telling us that this is the only way to go and all your validators are shit, and I mean quite literally tweeting and saying, these people are dangerous. These people shouldn't have any delegations. This strikes me as pretty scary. And then what is crypto?
You know what, though, bro? You know what, though? You could have just fucking spent half an hour. You could have wrote a proposal. You could have got 1.4 million, and you could have had a right fucking easy life and not even worried about this. But you didn't. You chose the fucking hard route, right? And that's what came out on that Spaces with Rama. Is that these guys could have just went the easiest route in the world? And I don't know what's going to be the end result of this, guys. What's going to come out in the wash? Whatever. I do not know. All I'm saying is I'm just going off current events and previous events, right? Literally, the guys could have just applied and probably been one of the first people funded, considering how much they would be willing to ship. Do we have someone with a hand up? Dead Right. I do apologise. I don't want to interrupt, but your man has got his hand up.
There he is. Go boy.
What's his name with an X? Who's that?
Julian. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we know that, man. Good lad.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna flood this Spaces because the World Cup is on, and this Cosmos drama is just a circle jerk that's getting really annoying. So Brazil just scored. Thank God Croatia is not gonna reach another final through penalties. So please, guys, just stop this.
I just want you to know that I was in the Red Gang chat reading them trying to come in here and mess up the space. I'm just saying.
Wow, Joe,
typical.
Incredible.
Oh yeah.
You're incredible.
Oh yeah, I went there, boo. Oh yeah, I told you I wasn't gonna say something.
Your woman's a raccoon. Your woman's a raccoon, isn't she? Hey, she's got bonds. She's got bonds, which is a fucking raccoon, your woman. Dead right. I must say, what an amazing conversation, and this is the absolute perfect space for someone like you to come in, where you're going to meet like-minded souls who, I mean, tough questions will be asked, have been asked, right? But dude, I mean, you're standing up the scrutiny for me. I'm not going to lie. 𝕊ecret, you're a co-host. We do this a lot. Your man's standing up. He's mustered that. I'm struggling here. I mean, Jacob's going to have to bring proper fucking receipts, mind you. He is isn't he? Or he's going to lose a lot of credibility.
Yeah, he is. I was telling the people earlier in the space that I've been kind of I don't know, I haven't made a large investment in any of the protocols that have came from Terra, and I don't know. I just feel a little bit different now hearing what Mr. Dead is talking about. So. Feel a little bit better.
I'll tell you about Jacob's receipts as well. Jacob's receipts look like 0.3 likes per post in the last 3 hours or something like that. I think, honestly, I don't know how people have this perception that there's noise that comes from him because no one fucking listens. I'm telling you, no one listens.
Wait, sorry. Right, Game of Nodes. Not this week, but last week, right? With the Prop 59. Dude. You were there because they said you were in the comment. You must be in the comments, sorry, on Game of Nodes. Well, I'm in bed when that kicks off. It's 8 o'clock Nulls time or something, is it? 9.
It's 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning for you or something, I think.
Yeah. Well, it will be for you soon. You're coming back, aren't you? few weeks, come back.
Well, hopefully, yeah. But they make the strikes at Manchester Airport, so I'm not sure how the flights are going to work out. But yeah, hopefully, the best way to do it now, because of the way the flights are, is literally just to sort of book tomorrow. So I just need to get myself ready to fly, and then I'll be gone the next day.
Unions, man. Right, pleb, sometimes when you've got something to do, aren't there?
Yeah, mate, all over Christmas is like no flights between like Christmas and just after New Year.
I read that. I think the ambulance are on strike as well or something. There's some emergency service or something on strike. Anyway, not to derail the conversation. So I kind of like that balanced approach, but I will say that Gamer Node's dead right. If you listen, when the Prop 59 thing came up, it was quite interesting because it was like, where's this come from? Oh, it's come from this person, right? Who sponsored it? Oh, right, okay. And then they were like, right, just fucking end that conversation, like, and move on. I think Soy was in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, exactly. It's laughable, right? It's like, I can do whatever I like, but the rest of you need to watch your step. It's laughable, to be fair. But I don't want to keep going around the houses on that.
No. We'll finish off, dude. We hoped Rax will be here, but like they probably can't even connect. This space has been going like absolutely wild, dude. The only reason that I was hoping that they might pop in, and they are, perfecting everything. They're like you guys. They don't want to ship shit. They don't want to start like something they can't finish, like they want to ship. I thought they'd be here because I just wanted Mole, our dev, the dev who speaks, right? I just wanted him to explain his reasoning for Rax being closed source. And he's like, dude, I've written this to like fix other people's problems. Like, am I going to give this shit away for free? He's having none of it. Fucking hell. Shrew to you. Well,
yeah, I mean, look... what do you say, right? Do we not have freedom of choice anymore either? Like, it's some pretty fundamental things that are being broken down here in this Cosmos ecosystem, and it's not looking like any kind of democracy. And obviously it's a sweeping statement, but unfortunately it's a few voices that do become very loud. And I know that the community at large mean well, and hopefully they can see, when teams deliver or when they mean well and all the rest of it. But yeah, a lot of it is starting to look a bit odd, right? I mean, there was a tweet today that I thought, cool, I don't even want to say his name, but he basically, he literally said that, what did he say? Where's interchain slashing when you need it? So saying that it would be a good thing if basically other chains could just slash Kujira delegators. Like, now that's interesting. Like, who... And then somebody half tried to defend him.
That's interesting. That's fucking sadistic, mate. What are you talking about there? What was that? I missed that shit.
Yeah, well, it was literally said. It was literally tweeted, and very much in it was the second tweet after that one, basically saying that all of our validators are shit. So it was quite literally directed at Kujira validators and stakers. So I don't think that's a world that we want to live in. Can you imagine? So the powers that be decide that Kujira is naughty, which they already do, and then just go around slashing people. Like, this is wild. So, and this isn't some random voice on Twitter. Unfortunately, it's someone very much in a team, in a big team. So I don't understand if is this like intentional own goal scoring, or what are we doing here? Are we literally, do we have no freedom as a business? Do we have no freedom to make our choices?
Larry. We don't have to hide. It's Larry.
No, it was actually that. I don't know what Larry's been doing. I mean, whatever. I think he just posted a YouTube about the fact that you can go locally and do something which doesn't matter, because that's just local on a local environment. But anyway, it was that.
It's Jim Yang.
Yeah, Jim Yang.
For God's sake.
Real twats, if to be fair. And I just that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, this is dangerous territory now. That's the only reason why I kind of, after a whole day of being peppered.
Sorry, Devil. What I think the good news is, in terms of like Jimmy posting that, is he went on to delete it. So because he deleted it, I think that's good news. I mean, they know they're walking on eggshells, and you keep putting the pressure on them in a positive way. So,
I mean, we're not out to screw anyone. We've just been building. I don't know if anybody's noticed us spending hours on end calling X chain or X protocol totally shit, and they're bad people, and it's someone mentioned it earlier, I think Avi, it's gone beyond pathetic now, and I don't know, it just feels like.
Thanks for correcting me. My bad, guys. I said Larry, but yeah, you guys are right. It's Jim.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Larry's kindly doing his bits, YouTube videos and whatnot. So yeah, good. I mean, good on him. But yeah, it's, as I say, it's just, to me, it feels pretty dangerous, right? But who am I? I'm just one person. Yeah.
I don't like that comment. I do not like that interchain security comment and validators and / invalidators or whatever.
Yeah, he deleted it now, but I mean, it was out there for a long time. I do have a screenshot because I mean, even I need some ammo in case.
DM me that, dude. I'll not share it, but DM me because it's for someone.
I mean, I don't really care what anyone does. People are going to, people are clearly doing it. It's a free world. But I think, and usually, as I say, I'm okay with this sort of like random, like Kujira is just shit in general comments like that. I mean, that's fine. I mean, we big boys. We had this all the way through Terra. We were always the underdog there as well. This is the way it works. If you don't come along with the really big backers, and swing your stuff around, you are immediately shunned. And then if you start delivering, it gets worse and worse with each delivery. So we get that bit. But I think if these people potentially have the power to kind of sway decisions like that, then I get this weird feeling. It's like, okay, that's a little bit different to random FUD. That's you saying that you would happily slash the Kujira chain because your opinion is X, Y, and Z. That's hopefully not what the space should be about.
Did you see? Sorry, guys. Did you see?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Dead man.
Yeah.
Dead man. Did you see RAC News? Obviously, you're following RAC News, of course you are.
Yeah.
Did you see that tweet the other day? Robo versus Web3 questions Jacob over Osmosis Zone's development over the last 12 months. Jacob responds by fudding Kujira and then making incomprehensible sound. It has to be. Well, if anyone was there, I put a tweet in the games that night. I brought receipts, and I brought the receipts before I asked the question, right? I'm like, Jacob, your boss though, and I don't want to. I'm hoping that he's gonna come in. That's the only reason I'm doing this. So he's gonna come in, and we're gonna see what's going on.
I don't think he's gonna come in. He hasn't slept for like 2 days. He sounded pretty loopy a few hours ago.
There's a thing. Yeah. Anyway, cool guys. Yeah, I don't want to just seem like I'm dropping off. I've got my kids upstairs. The wife hasn't come home yet, so I should probably go tend to the little ones. Yeah.
Yeah, take care, bro. We really do appreciate it. I'm sure there's a lot of very clever people in this room, dude. I'm sure there's a lot of people in here that are very appreciative that we've come in and heard another side of the story, presented very, very, very well, mind. Dude, you've stood up tonight for me, mind.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, mate. Take care and enjoy your Christmas.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. You at least not every fucker's against you. Like there are fucking independents that are like, hey, come on, I mean, we'll fly the right flag, bro. Don't worry. Yeah.
No, thank you very much, Robo, and thank you everyone for all the questions and everyone in here. As always, we really do appreciate it. That comes from the heart, and yeah, we keep going. Thank you for valid concerns, just for general banter. It's actually made me personally feel much better. So thank you all.
Peace,
Take
man.
care, bro.
Ciao.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care. That's what we're here for. Wow. Wait a minute. I need a minute with gains. Wait, guys. I need 60 seconds with gains. Wait, though. I will get to that. Wait, we'll get to that.
What do you want to wait for?
Wait, V, gains. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. I don't need gains. I need little. Wait, I need little sneaky. Can I have little sneaky? Hey, little sneaky.
What's up, homie?
Wow, your man just came in the space, right? So I DM'd. I said, "Hey, Jacob's in here. Do you want to come in and have some rebuttals?" Fucking hell! I mean, if you go back and listen to this recording, bro, You've got one side and then you've got the other. And I mean, wow, your man came with receipts, didn't he, bro? What did you think? Little stinky, not little stinky.
Look, Holmes. To me, I think Mr. Jacobs is exaggerating the thing. You know what I'm saying, homie? I think he's exaggerating it. I don't know.
Sounds like it to me. Or he's on the payroll. He'll probably come in now. Your man's gone. I'm gonna ask for other opinions from other people because a lot of people were listening, and I'm just a pleb. I thought that space there. I mean, we were sitting talking shit about trifles and that, right? Then Jade dropped the NFT collection that 𝕊ecret's got the whitelist for. Guys, if anyone wants a whitelist for Jade's PFP NFT collection launching on Terra, send 𝕊ecret a DM with your Terra address, right? You put it on the whitelist there. We had all sorts of like shenanigans going on, right? Right? And then Jacob came in, and I mean, I did ask him the right kind of, not the right kind of questions because it's really like hard sometimes to be able to like get across what you're trying to ask. But I did want to clarify about like why he thought like one was good. Like, why is Kujira acceptable as close source? Why is Kujira not acceptable but Raccoon is? And his answer was it's the way that Raccoon on the dice looks at him. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you want to use a cartoon RAC as the fundamental basis of your argument about why one project can be closed source and not, I mean, that's fine, isn't it? I mean, that's your viewpoint. Who might argue against a person's viewpoint? But anyway, moving on, Gaines, fucking hell, where do we go from there? Where do we go from?
I was just trying to be funny there with my little cholo voice and shit. But
you've been doing it all night. What are you talking about? You did the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the spaces and the cholo voice.
That's because that's how he normally talks.
Looking at both sides, we heard Jacob come in, right, and state his arguments and whatnot. And by what Jacob is just saying, he's saying like kind of the right things. And like, yes, be concerned of what is happening right now, that it's not open source and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, like Jacob, you don't need to go crazy over it, right? Just let the community know if you want to voice your opinion, but don't start like harpooning these projects. And now listening to Dead, I think Dead was, proving his point. Like, you don't need to be open source right now. They're building their protocol. They're only 5 months old. So let them work, let them build. And people should know that. That being said, 5 months old, nothing is ever safe in crypto, right? So just take some precaution. Don't put all your life savings in this protocol. Just use it, but just be careful. Just be fucking careful.
I'm a grown man, damn it. I can make my own decisions.
But how do you conduct yourself in life? How do you conduct yourself in life, though, right? When you go through life, I mean, we can shit talk on spaces, whatever, but when you're actually like in your profession, like Twitter, CT and fucking crypto is not professional for me, right? It's a fucking hobby. It's a pastime, whatever, right? Like in your daily life or whatever, right? There has to be like a certain level of like class, like a certain degree of class, like of how you conduct yourself, like as a professional. And this is where apparently there are no fucking lines in crypto. I mean, apparently like crypto doesn't apply to the normal business world, or can someone stop me if I'm wrong? Like apparently like crypto is its own thing that like is not connected to the real world at all. Do you know what I mean, 𝕊ecret, or not?
Yes, I do. But I do want to be respectful because I know we interrupted V, and V always has something smart to say. So how about we just give the mic to V for a quick second? Just a quick second.
It's gone. It's gone. There was nothing smart to say. It was just shit talking. And I just wanted to let Robo know that I've pinned the tweet that he was looking for about the guy wanting to slash the validators on Kujira. I've just pinned that tweet from Wrecked News. Apparently, they took a screenshot of a screenshot. Wait, no, it's not a screenshot. It's a retweet, actually.
We get it. We get it.
Robo.
We get it. This is a question for all those lunatics.
see. I can't even see that. Oh, why am I getting rubbed off the nest again,
You
man?
blind bastard, get a pair of glasses like Janice.
I'm on. I've got glasses on now. I'm on Android. Android's 10 minutes behind. Android's 10 minutes behind the iPhone, isn't it?
Dude, I sent it in the group chat, Robo, so you can look at it. But for all those lunatics out there, was this kind of shit happening when Do Kwon was building, Terra? Was this like, bickering, this like calling out issues with other protocols, and is this why Terra felt kind of like distance from the, the Cosmos community, if that makes sense? Sorry, I don't know if that even makes sense, but
I've just seen the tweet.
It does make sense. It makes sense what you were saying.
Rec news. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck's sake. Oh, do you know something? Rec news might just save the IBC. We know it. Oh my god, V. Fucking hell, man. Fucking Jesus. Can I ask a question, please, in the room? Did we need rec news in our life, or did we need rec news in our fucking life? Like, this is it now, isn't it? This is the community takeover. Fucking rec news. Look at that, man. Wait, the boss is here. Gains, man, you did it again. The fucking boss came in and you didn't tell me. Oh, wait a minute. Here,
he
get your man.
Fucking Mo.
Get him, wait. Wait, Gains, we want the voice. Gains, you promised me only one voice when Mo comes up. Mo, you're up, bro. Gains, you promised, Gains.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Mo. It's been an interesting space, Mo, to say the least. The title is RAC FM 14. I skipped 13 because I wasn't having the unlucky number. Q&A with Kujira. Bro, this fucking space just went mad. Like, loads of fucking people aped in the room. Bro, my space broke, dude.
Yeah, man, I saw that, man. I'm just sad that I wasn't able to join earlier. I was receiving all your DMs, but hopefully this is recorded and we can listen to it. Yeah, seems crazy here, man.
Right, Maul, it's a perfect time. He's just left. He only left about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Maul, why is our code closed source? Please tell us.
Well, the only reason is if we want to open source, we need money. That's the only reason. and what was the reason from Kujira to keep it closed? Was it money too?
No, they're just taking care of their shit. They're just like, I'm not being funny, like, if you've put all that work in and people are screaming at you to release the code, you're like, why, motherfucker? What, you want to smell of this little fucking thing, do you? Hey, Tank told RAC, or told us, the RAC that night, he's like, don't you open source. I've got the recording, I've got the timestamp. Tank's like, don't you fucking open source, don't you open source. This shit, in the future, it'll be worth bucks, be worth big shekels. Right, Mol, forget about that. Your answer was like, guys, Mol, why are we closed source? Well, if you want that shit, you got to pay us, right? That's it. You got money? Mol, we've had a bad time. I guess, I hope, those bad times are on the horizon and the cruise ship is about to sail forward. As we do, how's it going, brother? Have we had any problems or are you ready to deploy?
We didn't have that many problems. At the end of the day, the only issue is now every game except the lottery, you basically have to have 2 transactions. So that's the only issue that we're currently working on to see how we can improve it and make it easier for people to play the games. But that's not really an issue. It's a blockchain thing. So yeah, but so far, not many issues. If we get hacked again, it means we have another issue, but hopefully this doesn't happen.
Out of a score of 10, 1 being not secure, 10 being ultra secure, where are we? Are we at a 9.5?
Yeah, so basically I can give a bit feedback. So there's a lot of people here, so I'm very happy that many people can hear that. But basically, like a flash loan attack, how it works is, I mentioned it many times, but it's just basically wrapping a transaction inside another. And if you're making profit, the transaction goes through. Otherwise, it's going to get canceled. And that's how it works. But this is only like a flash loan attack. There's basically one block attack, which is a more general concept, where you can wrap a transaction, look for something that changes in the code or in the state, and if these things happen, the transaction goes through or not. So we are protected against flash loan and also like sort of one block attack. So it's better than before, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully there's no issue. We tested a bunch of things, but yeah.
Right, okay. And this wasn't possible until White Whale deployed onto Juno and Huahua, correct, right? Obviously, that is correct, yeah. Now, why the radio silence from White Whale? Because I didn't see, I don't know if they've reached out to you personally in the DMs. I've seen nothing publicly from them.
Yeah, we spoke with them a bit. So basically the issue was, the reason is because, when you send a transaction inside the code, you at some point, you have to tell the user that he or she wants something, but you cannot do that in one transaction because the person can just look if the state changed or not. This is basically what White Whale does, and this is something that we thought that all the messages were like fire and forget, let's say, but it's not the case. So this issue was on our side. So we're just very happy that it didn't touch any user and mainly like the reserve funds. So yeah.
Okay, and I do want to give a little bit of a shout out to Ted and Gelato, simply for the reason that I think you listened to Tank's Spaces, his interview, and I did get the opportunity to go up later and ask them a question. And when I mentioned that, they were like, "Look, you guys didn't have to put that information out, but you did, and we reacted very quickly, and for that we are very grateful." Dude, how did you guys, and Ted reached out and said, right, Ted messaged me today. Obviously, you've been in contact with Ted as well because, there's 2,100 Juno staked with Ted that was taken in the exploit, correct?
Yeah, and it's the same thing on Chihuahua as well. So we basically staked on these two. But man, I'm just going to ask you a question. Let's say that you're able to, not to rob something, for sure that's an attack, and basically it wasn't the person's funds, but at the end of the day, if your code wasn't correct, should the person keep the money? That's more of an ethical question. What would you do if you find something that the code is not correct? Would you keep the money or not?
Yeah, I know what you mean, and that's the argument of code is law, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This is being argued in several court cases across the world. I think there's a big one in Canada at the moment with that young kid or something. There's a few code is law. And Mol, you weren't here. This Spaces has been running now, guys, for 4 hours and 44 minutes, right? So we did talk about a lot of things, but I actually kind of asked the question that was look, why are the guys blaming nothing but themselves? Why won't they look at or talk about anything else? And I said because they wrote the code. Mol, single-handedly, you guys, you hold yourselves responsible, right? Don't you? I know.
Yeah, and basically, like you said, it would have been possible to actually put it under the rug and just say, oh, someone who won a lot of money, we don't understand why, and basically update the code. But at the end of the day, if you're not transparent all the time, I don't know. We've been transparent from the start, so I feel it would have been weird to just say, oh, something happened and it's not our fault. Would have been lying to you guys. So might as well just tell the truth. And if you guys are mad at us, just be mad at us, but we can still discuss and do things. So that's how we see it.
My man, can I just ask a little sneaky, my man Mol there, giving the best answers you can give on stage, live in front of people. What do you think, little sneaky?
The homie speaks the truth. You know what I'm saying, Holmes?
Right, Maul, to get back to the serious question. And while you were having your post-mortem, an investigation, did you find other things that might not be related to flash loans that could be of concern in regards to what you can do in a block? Yeah, you've got a big room, dude.
Yeah, it's basically what I said a bit earlier. It's one of the thing I think that would be the most like the nicest way to actually use something like that would be when you mint an NFT. So if you mint an NFT and it's in a one transaction, like you would potentially be able to see which NFT you received while minting, and if it's not the NFT you were looking for, you can cancel the transaction. If everything happens in a block, that's one type of attack that you can actually do. It's not an attack, but you're basically targeting which NFT you want, and if it's not the one you want, it's going to cancel the transaction. But if it's in two transactions and there's some sort of stuff checking, basically like Red Bulls, it was in two transactions, if I remember correctly. So I don't think it would have been possible to basically target an NFT in that case. But when you mint one NFT and that's it, it would be possible.
That's one of the most interesting things, though, that I've heard about the NFT. So you can actually see if it's the NFT that you want and cancel it within the same block transaction. That is mad gains, isn't it? Jacob's come up, Raccoon. He's been in for ages, but I think he's come up. Hi, Jacob, my good friend from Sky Monks.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey, do you want to say more?
I see the conversation about open source and closed source.
Did you enjoy Jacob?
I can't hear Jacob. He's rugging a little bit.
Oh, he is a bit buggy. Jacob,
hear me now?
You're a little bit buggy.
Damn. Give me a second.
Wait, you're okay there? I think you sound okay. He's going to do the app close. Yeah, Gaines, you don't want him buggy. We need his viewpoint because he's going to be a member. He's going to be a member of the round table, right? With Maul and Pepe and Sunnyside and hopefully EJ and Berserker. Bit of luck. Are you there, Jacob? Are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, great. So I was saying it's funny listen to you guys about
oh shit.
Yeah, I think it's
Jacob, we've lost you again. You'll have to force close that up, Jacob. We've lost you again.
Jacob, sorry, we can't hear you, dude.
Oh, Robo, you
leave
never
the chat and force close the app. We can hear you, bro, but you're cutting in and out.
Okay, guys.
Dude, isn't it mad? Yeah, he's gone. Are you off, V? V, are you off? Where are you going? You off to work or home?
Is it just me or everyone is getting rugged?
No, everyone's getting rugged. Yeah,
Bro.
yeah, guys are here.
Check your connection, Robo.
RAC FM.
Jacob's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Jacob's back. Hello, Jacob. Yes.
I can hear you.
Nice. Great. I was saying it's interesting watching you guys talking about closed source and open source. But Robo, what's your take on it? Do you think closed or open source?
I say you can do what you want. I'm at heart I'm a libertarian, and I'm not being funny. Like, I'm not. Why am I qualified to go to other people's businesses and say to them, "You should be open source"? No one's got the right to fucking do that, dude. You have got individual freedom of rights. Like, I'm a pure 100% libertarian. What are my core values? Right, personal responsibility, civic duty. Right, these are the things I think about. I didn't think about going to someone else's shit. Can you imagine me coming over to your house and saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have blinds, you should have curtains"? It's your house, dude. You can do what you want. And I know I'm giving analogies, and I'm not going to go into but at heart, isn't it a libertarian conversation that you should be allowed to do what you want and run your own shit how you want? And it's up to the people that invest or get involved that have the exposure, that have the risk, I mean, that's how it works in a lot of other things. I mean, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of it, Jacob. When it comes to wallets, I do have a feeling that like any sort of wallet technology should be theoretically open source. But again, that comes down to trust. And what I said is that, Jacob said, would you jump in a river without testing like how deep it is, right? And I was like, no. And then I was like, well, I did once with like raccoons. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't have an opportunity to test the water though, did I? I just jumped in because I believed in what I believed in, and it worked out to be correct, Sometimes I think people have got too much time on their hands. Honestly, if you're going about your life worrying about other people's shit, like, and what other people are doing, what the fuck's going on in your own fucking life? My life is busy as fuck, man. Coming here and talk to you, plebs. Just get away from that kind of shit. But, like, I haven't got enough time to go prodding in other people's business. And it's no business of mine to even do. That's what, Jacob, I'm just going to come at this from a libertarian aspect that, like, Kujira can do what the fuck they like. And anybody else that wants to say anything else can fuck right off. Prove me a rogue. Let's see it. Let's shit talk them. But they can still do what they want, whether they're rogue or not. Like, sorry, dude. I'm rabbiting again. I'm ranting.
No, you're good. You're good. Now, everything you just say, I agree fully. But there's also the aspect of like the crypto ethos. Like, do we want to keep going for either closed source or open source? And I get like some project want to do closed source, so I got nothing wrong with that. Any project can choose to do whatever they want. But I feel like as a community, maybe we should not like encourage people to do closed source, but like more open source. But that's just me. But in general, every project should be able to do whatever they want. And that's
I agree, right? But I'll tell you what, there's a good take on this, isn't there? Like, I tweeted the other day that people only open source so other people can improve their code. If your code's dynamite, right, proper dynamite, yeah, and you don't need people to improve it, you can be the person that improves it, and you've got some magic sauce, you got that Big Mac sauce, then dude, no. Raccoon, you and Jacob, yeah? I mean, Raccoon, what do you think about open source? We'll not talk about, what do you think about open source?
I think it's a very good thing that you just mentioned, like about like if you're going to reveal like your very secret sauce, like the Big Mac sauce, let's say, like at the end of the day, you can reveal what's the process. Like when you go to a McD, you're going to see people just making your burger and stuff, but they're not going to reveal what are all the ingredients. So I think, like in my humble opinion, like for sure, I would like for everything to be open source. But if you have something you think is worth something, I feel like that's the reason why many companies don't open source all of their code. They're going to open source some part of it, but when it goes into something that's a bit of a secret, or you're doing something different than the others, then why not keep it closed source? Like at the end of the day, many companies like don't tell everyone what's their ingredients in their sauce and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like open source is very nice, but it has some limits where you want to keep secret some stuff you think you do differently. But for sure, like in my opinion, I think open source is the way to go, but it's not always the case. It's a theoretical thing, but when you go into like implementing stuff, like is it always the best way to go? It's a hard question, man.
Well, we're going to bring Chris in, Mo. We're going to bring Chris in, right? But like V likes to say, like V's always coming in, right? When someone's talking bullshit, and V's like, bro, what are you talking about? We're not standing around the campfire, holding hands, singing fucking Kumbaya. What's wrong with you, man? Talk properly. That's what we're getting here, man, Mo. That's the shit. That's what you're listening to right now. There's none of us fucking holding hands around the campfire, are we? Singing fucking rhymes and shit. Chris, you got your hand up, dude.
All I wanted to say is I hope you guys all have a good weekend, and me and the wife are about to head out for our little vacation, so that's all I wanted to say. Everyone have a good weekend, chill out, and don't take stuff so seriously.
We're not. You know what we're doing, Chris? You know what we're doing, dude? We're getting the message out to the right communities in the right way. Like what we've done.
100%. 100%.
I love you. I love you, Chris. You're a lovely soul.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Love you too, man. Don't change. Don't change.
Fuck that. Me boss will tell you. Mull will tell you, like, he's like, when HR's on the phone to Mull, Mull's like, oh, for fuck's sake, just disconnects the fucking phone line. Mull's got a landline as well. Mull's got a landline as well. Ask him.
All right, yo. Take it easy, fam.
Boy's getting rugged. Gaines, do you know Mull's got a landline? No? Same as me. We ring each other on the landline, mate, regularly.
Man, that fool still has a beeper, bro.
Mull, you weren't on the spaces the other week when KFC started ringing me fucking landline, dude. These lot fucking tortured me for about 2 hours, dude. You got a fucking landline? Oh, wait, HR's on the phone. See, guy, wait, I bet he's shipped. Wait, Gaines, get on that casino. Are you on? He's gone quiet, guys. He's shipping. I'm telling you. All of you get on RAC.bet now. Crash the site. Come on. Let's stress test this motherfucker. Come on. Let's put our money where our mouth is. Wait.
Man, I feel like when you guys play with it, like, you know, when you play something, you want something to be fast and like seamless. But man, I feel like block time is an issue here. That's for sure. Because like block time on Juno is 6 seconds, and I think it's pretty much the same thing on Wawa. So when you're playing a game and you have to wait like 1 block, 2 block, man, that's too long. You're not gonna wait like 15 seconds for something to happen. That's, I don't know. I feel like it breaks the fun in this thing. So,
your man's not happy. I'm gonna when it does come out more. Listen, Maul, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, which is not yet. Just get back on our feet. Yeah. I'll test it on the tablet on Cosmo Station. Is it easy to redeploy on mobile, or do the apps? Does Cosmo Station have to do anything, or do you have to send a PR?
No? Don't even need to open a PR. Like everything works on Cosmo Station and Kepler Mobile. We tried it, so everything's fine. But yeah. We're working also on something that, like, for sure we're going to need always 2 transactions, but we're working on something to, let's say you place bet on different games, and then you see your reward accumulating, and then you can claim at the end. We just need to validate some stuff before doing so, but right now it's like 2 transactions to execute your stuff, but yeah. I mean, it's
hey, Mo.
Blockchain, yeah.
No, go finish your thought, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's just a blockchain limitation at the end of the day. So, I mean, if we can find a place where it's easier to actually have game of chances, like with faster block or stuff like that, that's for sure a place we're gonna deploy. That's a fact.
Well, actually, Gaines, didn't we hear from Null the other day talking about Say, who's going to have like the record block time, like what is it, like half a second or whatever? But wasn't Null like talking about like the stress on the validators and the amount of storage he was going to need? And he was like, imagine that fucking shit within even the first year. Like, Mall, you know, SEI network, SEI, and Gonzi might be able to comment. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Mall, you know that network, SEI network, second block time.
They're still in the testnet, and I think is it the first network that want to do a SVM, like a Solana virtual machine or something like that?
Yeah. They've got a bit of VC money, and they're getting well like pushed to like the forefront as being a. But Null was saying to us like the amount of data that they have to store, like due to this, is just not. Well, Gonzi's going to come in here, but yeah, he was saying like he said like, dude, I don't know how this is going to work in the long term. Yes, Gonzi.
Yeah, so Say is not like deploying SVM directly on the chain. So they are using for now Tendermint, and what they have done is they have modified the consensus to introduce a new paradigm which they call optimistic block proposal. So due to this, they are able to get a block time of 0.6 seconds. SVM is being deployed on Say as a L2 optimistic rollup by another team. Nitro. Yeah, so that's the case we say. On the open source versus closed source debate, I would like to summarize as on the one end, you'll have a Bitcoin maxi, right? And they'll always go like, do not trust but verify. If you are a closed source project and you are deploying on a blockchain, then what's the point of deploying on a blockchain, right? You can go on and deploy on a database, make a backend for yourself, and deploy it and get a much better and faster transaction speed. What's the point of like deploying on a blockchain? Because on a blockchain, you want everything to be transparent so that the community can go and see, verify for themselves that you are not going to get robbed. If you are trusting the team anyway, just deploy it on a database. This is the conversation which a Bitcoin maxi will give you. On the other hand, the newer folks will say, no, we want our competitive advantage, right? So we will keep some part as closed source for now, and later on we will go decentralize it. So there's not like 0 and 1. This is not a binary choice. So this is going to be somewhere in between, and everyone has to choose for themselves. Until unless if the community is being told that, okay, this is where we stand right now, and the community understands that, okay, we are trusting the team and they are buying into it, I think they should be given the choice to buy and not go ultimate FUD route. Yeah.
Mo, I got just a quick question. I'm spinning, right? And normally I remember just signing one transaction. This time I'm signing 2.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what I was saying a bit earlier. Basically, like, the reason why we have to do it in 2 transactions is because of like the 1 block attack, like I mentioned a bit earlier. So how it works is that's the only way to actually make it happen. So the first transaction is where you place your bet, and the second transaction is where you reveal your bet to see what actually happened. And the reason it's that way, like, is because we cannot like let anyone know what actually happened in the first block to keep the secret of if you won or you didn't win. And and like I'm thinking about it, and one thing that could actually work in that case is like if you were on a secret network, it would be possible to actually like have 1 transaction because you can hide the state.
Okay. I just didn't listen to that part. I was already spinning, so my bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you want my opinion, like 2 transactions is far from being the best, but we're currently working on one thing. Like, let's say if you are able to place many bets and you can see if you won or you didn't won, and then just claim all your rewards. That's what we're working on right now. But as of now, it's like, it's not temporary. Let's say we're going to use it for a month and get some feedback, and then we're going to improve it.
Oh, I'm happy, man. I already won like 4 Juno. I'm good.
Yeah. I've been posting in the comments below pictures.
Dude, we can't hear you.
There's only me showing on the screen. Me showing on the screen. There's nothing else. It's blank, dude. I can see the red news.
Robo, how far away are you from your phone? It sounds like you're really far away.
No, I'm in the kitchen. Oh, dude, the kitchen's massive, man.
I think he's using the landline. He's speaking to someone.
You put it on the landline. I can't believe that the road me that night. Anyway, what's that like? Is that better, kid?
No, dude. It's horrible.
Right, I'm getting road. Right, just a minute.
I think he's taking a shower or something.
I know, right? Oh man, he's gonna rug the space. I already feel it. I feel it in my bones. I can't wait.
And you guys have been going for what? I think I woke up and you guys were already on. So you guys are crazy, man.
Oh God, Gonzi, put down your hand, dude. Unless you have a question. So far, so good with the slots, dude. I'm having fun. Finally, Finn's gonna be so happy. Finn's gonna be so happy.
Are you playing on a laptop or you're playing on a mobile?
Laptop.
Okay, so it's not too bad, but still, man, like if you're being entirely honest, like feels like waiting time is not the best thing.
Yeah, that's not bad though. It's at least working, and yeah.
But yeah, man, next week I think we're gonna be on target to release the NFT game on Chihuahua. It's gonna be like some dog race in there too, man. So I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Mole, do I have to sign 2 transactions for the dice game too? I haven't played dice yet.
Yeah, so basically
Yeah.
everything except the lottery.
Okay. Ooh, let's see. You're back, but you still sound like you're far away, dude. Maybe.
You look at me weird, didn't fucking do this again to me. It's happened so many times, it's not even funny games. If you're trying this shit on, I'll fucking slap you.
Oh my god, bro.
You're off. What I swore. Oh, the boss is there. Fucking swore. Shit.
Sounds like you're speaking very like privately.
So wait a minute, Mo, because Mo will not lie. He hasn't got a lying bone in his body. Mo, how do I sound right now? Mo?
Yeah, exactly like GainzZ said.
Dude,
feel like you're
don't
arguing something.
if you're getting in on this shit, like the last time game, this is like the 4th time, dude, I've tried to save the space. What the fuck is going on? Wait a minute, I'll get off the Bluetooth again.
Yeah, get off the Bluetooth. Just use your phone. Ooh, I won. Mole, I won the dice. Oh man, I'm so happy right now.
You're making everything back that you should have done in the past week, man.
What's it like now?
Oh my god.
That's good. That's good.
What?
You're definitely back, dude.
I've had to save this space so many fucking times tonight, man. I can't believe we've got a continuous recording of this like long. Right, I'm on Cosmo Station. What am I doing? Where am I? Fucking hell, I don't want to be in there. Fucking DVPN. Fucking Jesus. This is how bad that has been. Fucking hey. That's the wallet I opened up. Fucking get out of there very quickly. Where's Juno? Give me Juno wallet. Yeah, here we go. Oh, not that one. Anyone on Cosmo Station or not? Cosmo Station hasn't updated. No.
Yeah, it's the best.
On the tablet. I'm on the tablet, dude. 10.1 AR Raccoon bet. Straight in. Right. Here we go. Unlocking the doors. Wait, straight in. What we're looking at? Let's have a go. Slots. Or connect your wallet. Don't pleb. What?
Yeah, and we also did some stats, and we're now above like 2,500 people that actually played the games. So I feel like if we were in a bull market, I would be curious like what the numbers would be.
Bro, like, why you want to ask me to connect to me wallet? Like, can we not? As like that always bugged me on Cosmo Station. Like every time you have to like physically connect rather than. And I'm not shitting. I'm just saying like, is there a reason why you have to physically connect rather than it automatically does, like on a PC or whatever? I'm in, by the way. Slots.
Yeah. So basically, if you're gonna log onto Kepler or on a PC, it's gonna be a bit different. Whereas when you do it on Cosmo Station, I feel like they're closing the connection every time you close the app. I think that's the reason, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't get in the slots there, and then when I tried to, okay, it's fucking kicked me out. Okay. Let me try and get back in again.
Oh.
It's a bit, I don't know why, matey. It's a bit buggy, but I'll try. Sorry, I'm connected, but I can't click on the button. The button's unresponsive, the slot button. But then if I click in the dice, which is like not like highlighted, so the slots is like not shown on the menu, but it's highlighted, and then I'll click in dice, that'll bring it up. Wait a minute, menu, back to slots. Wait, your man's up. Oh, here he's here. Here he's here.
I'm back, fuckers.
What
the hell did I miss?
Tank, we're all on raccoon.bet. Tank, we're on raccoon.bet. Tank joined.
It's back up. You guys are all fucking. You guys are
Oh,
all
no,
gambling?
sorry. Tank straight in, isn't he? He's a right fucking gangster, man. He's a right OG. Tank, get in this shit.
Let's fucking go.
Dude, I'm on the tablet.
No,
I'm trying out Cosmo Station. Let's have a go, yeah?
and I just wish in the morning it was just Tank shouting at me to wake up, man. I think I would wake up in a second. Man.
You gotta. This is not good, but you gotta have 4 cups of coffee, large cups of coffee. Yeah. Let's go.
I'm at my 3rd one, so it's not bad.
Mole, can you explain the referral system? I can put any address in here. I mean, how does that?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, how it works, the referral system, basically, like, let's say you're the referrer and I'm the referee. So basically, you're just going to send your referral link, and the person before the person actually plays, she's going to put your wallet address in this thing. And every time the person loses, you basically take 0.5% of the loss. So you're sharing a part of the loss between the platform and yourself. So let's say I play 10 Juno on the dice and I lose, then you're going to get 0.5 Juno in your wallet.
So, confirmation. Yes, Mol, it just worked. Yes, the 2 transactions. Yes, both transactions took pretty much almost like the whole time of the block time. I think, obviously, one will have registered, taken that like 6 seconds. Then the other one might have taken like so many. I'll send you the transaction hash if you want to look at it. Like probably like around about like 9 to 10 seconds, I would say. Like, I mean, I can put it on the stopwatch if you want and tell you exactly if you want to know. Huh?
Yeah, we tried it, and basically how it works is like, given you need to like reveal the outcome of your bet, it needs to happen like the block after. But if you actually miss the block in between the fact that you reveal, you're going to miss a block. But like I said a bit earlier, I think this is going to be temporary. I think we're working on something that's going to be like, you're going to be able to know if you won or not and continue betting and just claim your rewards after you're done. But so far, like that's the way we're going to do it for the next weeks. That's for sure.
Well,
I mean, it sucks. Like, yeah, I don't like waiting 10 or 12 seconds, but you know.
Dude, listen, I don't think you're going to hear any complaints. Is that right, Gaines? Because we know the amount of level of work that's been put in for like 9 months, the labor of love that we've all been through, from where we were selling buying NFTs at the peak or bottom to where we got to and everything. Dude, Mol, you come in here. It's called RAC FM for a reason. We've done 75 hours. 75 hours of these spaces, the RAC spaces, since end of August, right? Dude, you're good. You come in here. The people might want to ask you an awkward question, and Jacob, we're going to get you up in a minute, but all I'm saying, Rack, is like, we know you. We've been through this entire thing, Mol, right? We appreciate the honesty, the openness, everything about the Lunar Terror crash, the EMA, everything. Dude, we are having conversations again now for new people that we had like 6 months ago. So you come in here, bro, you're golden. You're fucking golden. Jacob, yeah?
Yeah, so I have to go, but as one thing I want to mention that if everybody's listening here, I'm trying to build like a multi-chain analytic NFT tool. So if anybody here would like to contribute, like not money, dev work, just reach out to me. Yeah. So, but I have to go. I wanted to mention that because I've been working on it, but it's taking longer than I expected. I thought it would be easy to get done, but no. So it's it's like 200 people working on it. But if you're a dev and love NFTs and want to contribute, just reach out to me. So the goal is to make it LiLGainzz, any other chain in the Cosmos. But yeah, so I've been struggling to make it happen. But if you guys can help, that'd be amazing. Yeah, just DM me or anything.
What you mean by analytics? So you're making visuals, right? I like charts, Jacob. I like charts.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, so the goal is to make like not just for Stargate, but for Juno, Netflix. But the thing is, when we started that thing, I thought it would be simple stuff like the created shit and everything, and like, oh damn, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, dude, that shit's a lot of work, bro.
I was like, damn, I don't know what I did with myself, but yeah.
But you know what? Do it because it needs to be done, dude. One of the things I hate, like, you know, you go Atom Scan, you go Mid Scan, all this other stuff. Like, I actually want to see analytic tools that are like, you know, charts for like, for the amount staked, like the yield. Like, I want to see charts for everything. I want charts. Damn it, give me charts.
Yeah, let's do it. So if you're listening here and you love NFT, please reach out to me. And it'll be open source too. So just funny. See you guys.
Just before you leave, Jacob, basically, I think it was a couple weeks ago, we reached out to Stash, and I think they're working on an API, because, you know, on Secret, you cannot like fetch all the information about the NFT collection. But basically how Stash works, I think, basically they have an API where they track the information about the NFTs, and I think they're working on it. So if you want to have some information about Secret, I think you could reach out to Stash.
That's good, because I reached out to them like a month ago. They told me they're still working on the API, but if they're done, I can reach back to them. That'd be good. Yeah, but yeah, I love all you guys. You're amazing. Let's keep building the Cosmos. You know, you're in a bear market, so you don't know how amazing it is. Like to see everybody tuning in, and like it's been a tough year, even for me and for a lot of people losing a lot of money. But we are here and building, so it means a lot to a lot of people. You guys don't know it, but yeah. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Good work.
You're welcome, Jacob. You know who the real people are. You know where to hang out, bro. You know where the right conversations are held, right? You're welcome, yeah, man. Take care, brother. I love you to bits. Man, it's great, isn't it? Like, we're gonna have this round table. Your man's listening in. He's probably like, if someone's a listener, guys in the spaces, you know, like for quite a long time, and they don't request like to speak. Like, you know, they're busy, you know, they're coding, or, you know, they're looking like out with the family, blah, 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 right? Like, pretty much like everyone who comes in who is free will be like, right, come on, I'm in the conversation. And that's what I love about these spaces, is the joining together of people. 𝕊ecret, you know, Sheldon, he DM'd me earlier. He said, dude, I've just jumped in the spaces, like, just to show the love. I'm in a meeting, like a few minutes. Like he said, I just saw it and I just wanted to like show an appearance, like just like, dude, we are like giving a forum, isn't it now? Twitter's now open for, Twitter is open for fucking business, isn't it? I hope it is anyway. 𝕊ecret, what do you think?
I need to make a suggestion for the raccoon.bet website. Mole, I hate how, I don't like how the referral system is on the right side of the screen, and you have to click the icon to even find out about it. Why not just put it on that like nice little panel of you know, buttons you have?
It was there at first, to be honest, but we were like, we don't want to pack it too much, but I think you're right, because I was debating with Zapdos. I was like, why don't we put it there? And he was like, yeah, there's too many stuff and I don't want to put it there. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm good with you. He was whining a bit, but I totally agree. But one thing you can do, if you look at the Twitter post that we did, you can basically share your link. So when you share your link, it's going to open the page to the person, and he or she just has to put in the wallet, and that's it. So there's a referral link that remove all the hassle to actually find where's the referral.
I swear. Okay.
Referral links for raccoon.bet. Are you listening? All you little Desians in the audience, all you little Desians in your Telegram groups, in your Discord groups, you shill that fucking shit everywhere. Oh, it's poetry, isn't it, 𝕊ecret? It's poetry in motion, yeah. Mol, I've talked about this several times in your absence this week, brother. Can you highlight the one reserve? Because for me, the biggest win out of all of this is like, can any future games be plugged into the current reserve? Because we had individual reserves for each game. Now we've got one. Does that strengthen security? How does that play into advantages for us?
Yeah, that's a very good question, man. Because when we were like, at some point, I think it was back in October or something like that, we started working on having like a central reserve and having like different contracts, which are different games. But we were like, you need to interact between two contracts, and we're like, we don't want to do this. So basically, what we did is like, you can see like the central reserve as like one contract, and surrounding it are the games, which are like packages. And how it works, to answer your question, we can add any new games to the reserve now. So it's going to be much more easier. Like when we have a new game, we just plug in the reserve and that's it. It's going to be the same contract. But I think...
Plug and play, Mol, plug and play reserves. Oh my God. Imagine the smell. I mean, I think, guys, this is a defining moment. Of course, it is anyway, regardless of which way you look at it. It's a defining moment in the history of raccoon supply, and this is why, like, I've been, you know, this week putting on the RAC FMs, and when I didn't want to, I was fucking shattered some days, man, and tweeting like we're being quiet, right? If we're in this shit, we're all going to go quiet. We're not going to be out there trying to like project this. Like, no, we're going to go into, you know, smaller groups. We're going to huddle. We're going to plan. We're going to come up. We're going to strategize. Yeah. We're going to let the devs just dev, because this is how it works in Raccoon, right? They don't have to take care of like any marketer, never have done, never will have to. Like, that's not how raccoons work, right? Like, if you're a raccoon, then you're in the marketing team. That's as simple as it is. There's not an easier way to sum it up. Once you become a rack, like, you tell them, obviously in Raccoon Bed, like, you know, they've got the DAO votes on like raccoons. Like, hey man, rack. We had a conversation with Jimmy earlier, and Jimmy's talking about DAOs in Discord, dude. Jimmy's talking about DAOs in Discord with us. I was like, you fucking pleb. Mol, what's your view on Discord DAOs? Are they valid?
That's a good question. I think the only thing I hate about Discord is, you know, when you're creating something like I don't know what they call it, like, you can, not a poll, but you can do message and you can have sub messages, but it don't work that well. It's not like a forum or something like that. I mean, if it's blockchain related and everything works fine, I'm down with it because it's easier to reach out to people, but I don't know how it will work.
But like Discord's not on chain though, right? Discord's not on chain. If it's going to be a real DAO,
because Maneki is right now temporarily kind of being held, kind of several places. It's fragmented, but like the meeting place or like the collective meeting group or area is Discord right now, but it has so many. I don't want to say it doesn't work because it has worked so far, but there's a lot of fucking struggles. So, I don't know.
But it's not. But you can't. Yeah, but like I know what you mean, dude. I agree with you, but you can't call it a DAO. That's the thing. It's an organization. It's a collective group of people who are owners of a certain product. Like, wait a minute. I'm only going to say this, right? Like, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, right? So when you set the rules, like, everything has to work by that. So like smart contracts execute those particular stipulations. Like I know what you mean, Tank, and I do mind. I've heard about this, the Maneki DAO, right? And it's fucking unbelievable. Like you guys have done unbelievable shit. If anyone actually fucking cares to pay attention, but like it's a community controlled endeavor.
No, you're right. I love that you're saying it. Keep going on, because I've been thinking about this for a long time. I actually almost want to rename and put it up to the community to rename it, because it's not really a fucking DAO when you really think about it. Even if it goes on DAO. It's not really a fucking DAO. Like, you know, it's...
Well, no, when it's on DAO, it is because everything has to be...
You make a point though, right? Like, what we are is... It's not... I don't know. I don't know. I've been fighting with this. It's not, because you would set a DAO, you set certain parameters and it runs autonomously on its own. Like, right? It kind of like sticks between that bumper lane. And maybe
I will analyze analogy, right? I couldn't even get the fucking an analogy anyway. Right, okay, my village that I live on, my Bbandz, right? We pay the fees on the village. We have like a committee and a controlling like thing that people like vote in and out to do certain jobs, right? But we pay like as a community to have like certain levels of like security and et cetera, right? All the stuff that we have on the village, right? Which is very important to us. Like we couldn't survive without this organization. But we vote people on and we vote people off. But there are obviously things that get discussed and decided like within closed meetings that don't have to go to like the public village vote or something. Like it's just a group of people working towards a common good. It's not the fact that like literally nothing can be executed like unless it's like executed within these parameters of a smart contract. Wait a minute, 𝕊ecret's here. 𝕊ecret's probably going to fucking correct me for fun here.
Correct. Please correct us both.
No. I was actually going to sleep, so I want to say thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. 𝕊ecret, bro, you've been in for hours, dude. You're more than welcome. More than welcome. But I wouldn't describe my village, right, guys, quickly as a DAO. That's not what it is, right? It's kind of like one, but it's not. RAC, look, you put everything straight away on the front end of the dashboard. So you're very aware and very clinical with what you say regarding DAOs. What was the idea behind Raccoon? Why did you guys immediately, the minute you could, want to go straight away to having a front end where you have to validate your wallet, that you've got NFTs, the amount of NFTs that you've got will give you the voting power? And how did you get to that situation? Why didn't you just go the other route? Why did you want to keep it on-chain?
Well, to answer the question, we're not fully on-chain. It's a part of it is on-chain and the other part is not on-chain because there's no DAO on 𝕊ecret. So, but yeah, I mean, if we're going to do something and say RACville is actually owned by the NFT holders, we're going to do it. But the main reason was that, like, at the end of the day, it was kind of heavy to put everything on our shoulder and be just like 2.5 person being RACville, but now it's the NFT holders that are RACville. So I don't know, that was a motivation, like to have more people actually in this thing, in this organization. I don't even know if I answered the question, man.
Oh, dude, you find wait, Tank, because dude, we've been just waiting for you to come and release like the slots. Listen, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. My friend 𝕊ecret's the co-host, right? It's 1:30 for him. 𝕊ecret, are you still alive or not?
I have not been listening for like the past like 45 minutes.
Oh, no, there he is.
I've been on the slots and dice, and I have not lost one single dice game. And I've been, oh my gosh, I don't know. I have some good luck today.
Wait a minute. Tell Raccoon everything in case.
Hey, guys, did you see I think there was, I don't know where I saw that. I think it was on TikTok or some shit like that. People were like just checking, like if you want to win the Powerball in the US, how many times do you have to play heads or tail, and actually land on the one you selected? So let's say you're playing heads or tail, and you're betting on heads every time. So the probability of winning the Powerball is the same thing as if you would have like heads or tail in a row, 28 times in a row, the exact same thing. So, man, that's kind of crazy. Like to have 28 times on tail while playing heads or tail, it's like, in my head, it's impossible, man.
That's insane. Sorry, Robo. I'm just so
no. Wait,
I'm zoning out over here with these slots.
I know you are. Wait, I want to ask Mol though. Mol, how long have we been live? I'm presuming you're looking at some stats. I mean, you must be, yeah.
Nah, I'm not looking at stats. I need to prepare some stuff. I'm going to hometown tonight. So
yeah, guys, we've had him long enough. Listen, he's they have put some fucking massive work in. Mate, you know something, bro, though? You know, like in the industry, you fucking know you two. There's always like the one person who's always got your back, regardless of anything now. I've been quiet, mate, letting you do your shit, letting you do your work, Mol. I know how this works, man. We've been here before, bro, no?
What?
Who's
Oh,
that?
sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, man, I was gonna say, yeah, totally agree, man.
Sorry, dude. I think I'm getting a fucking cold. I've been getting
COVID. Got COVID. COVID, as Sin City called it. RAC though, no, listen, the beautiful thing about your community or our community, right, is that like when shit happens or when there's dev stuff on the go, like literally just no one fucking bothers you and just lets you like go. Like if people do bother you, like the plebs, obviously, and they'll probably learn. But mate, you know, we know how this. We are so long in this tooth now, Mol. February, the first airdrop of the coin was in February. We minted in March, 9 days. We minted out. By the end of March, dude, ever since that mint off space, it's been a fucking roller coaster. And I wouldn't swap it for anything in the world, matey. You go and get your shit ready, Mol. Go and pack your stuff. You've been on with us plebs fucking long enough, bro. I know how this works. He knows. He's a class kid, isn't he?
Well, I can't stay here while I pack my things, that's for sure. And it's been so long that I come into space. I think I came once this week, but it's been so long, man. I missed you guys and everyone. Like, I don't know. It feels like family, man.
Your man, Mol, your man, Jimmy the Otter. Jimmy the Pleb, he's dropping an NFT collection, he reckons, and he posted some shit in the nest. Have you seen Jimmy the Otter's Otter NFT collection yet or not?
No, I haven't seen it, but like the last time I heard about him, it was like everything is a scam and stuff. And then the next time I saw him discussing, it was actually saying not too bad stuff. So I'm not sure, like, is it the same person all the time?
Bro, I swear to God, if I don't find these fucking like elves on a shelf thing, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Holy shit. Where are these little fucking elves?
Target, bro. Go to Target.
I'm not buying those motherfuckers, Gainzz. They're like $40-something, bro. I have two of these sons of bitches, and they fucking ran off. My wife might find them. They're in the attic. Bro, I'm up here in a fucking shuffling around like a damn raccoon in a fucking attic, and I can't find this motherfucking shelf. Sons of bitches.
Man's on a fucking screamer. I bet he's already fucking choked out 3 people at the shop. Imagine you know.
He's gonna be in the news tomorrow.
Don't, guys. If your little fucking kids say, "Dad, fucking elf on a shelf," don't fucking buy into that shit. That shit is horrible. Fucking horrible.
Wait a minute, because I haven't had like Christmas for like 2 years, right? For obviously, and many years before that. But elf on a shelf, I remember about like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. There was these elf on a shelf, but like people were like putting them around the house, like doing like crazy things.
And
like
fuck those guys and fuck them because they raised the fucking bar. Fuck those motherfuckers. They're like fucking hang gliding fucking elves to the tree from the other side of the cabinets and shit, putting up all these fucking crazy home fucking network things. Fuck them. You know what I do with my shit? I like move them from one side of the tree to the other side. And they're like, how come they didn't do what my friend's shit did? I'm like, I don't know. They're lazy. They move like 2 inches. It's fuck. You know how hard it is to come up for fucking how many? I put it off and my wife is mad at me. 25 days usually. 25 days of trying to find new fucking spots in your house and fucking staying up late. So when everybody else sleeps, you got to wake the fuck up and make sure you move those stupid sons of bitches. Fuck that. I hate these fucking things. I want to murder them.
Vato, calm down, Vato. Instead of elf on the shelf, get the fucking cholo on the bolo.
Cholo on the bolo.
Cholo on the bolo. Fuck. Cholo.
Hey, dude, that's how I can stop it. I'll invest in this. I'm going to go buy some new ones. I'm going to buy 2 other gang member ones, dress them up as cholos, murder them on the kitchen counter and be like, I don't know. They got into some weird shit. They can't come back next year.
Just tell
them a little fucking note.
Just
Leave
tell
a
the
note
kids.
like from the Cholo elves. We're like, yeah, bitch, you owe us money. Don't come back again. Next year, I don't have to deal with this shit.
Tell the kids that under the raccoon space, like there should be body parts all over, and like a raccoon with blood all over its like face, and you're like, dude. Last night the raccoons came in and just fucked your fucking man up. Like, that's ridiculous. So, man, I've seen people go to like such great lengths. Is this a thing? I can't imagine. Tank, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, dude.
Thank you. I feel sorry too. I fucking. Oh.
You guys know what Bolo stands for, right?
Wait a minute. Winston?
In Hawaii, it's Boto, and that means your asshole or your
Bolo means be on the lookout. Cholo on the bolo.
Like a police bolo. That's such a dude. That's such a Hispanic. They have a bolo out for you. That's right. That's so fucking true. I thought you said boto though. In Hawaii, boto means like, I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say this. How about figure this out? We used to say badusi. What do you think badusi means?
I know what that means.
What? We used to tell people,
right?
Your boto smells like badusi.
It's from a movie, I swear. Butt ass, and what else? I swear.
Fucking dying.
I fucking miss you guys, man. This is fucking funny as shit.
See what you miss, don't you go anywhere, Mo. It's excuse my language, everybody. Booty, dick, and pussy.
There you go.
Tank, did you remember how to count to 10 in Japanese or not? I bet you went off and I bet you Googled that.
No, it's ichi, ni, san, si, go, reku.
Oh, you were
fuck.
You were foreman.
I did it yesterday and I fucking can't remember it now. Son of a bitch! Why are you doing this to me, fucking Robo?
He was fucking foreman the other night.
Damn it!
He was foreman. Your man foreman. He's like, "What you done to me? What you done to me?"
I can never remember past 6. Like it's and I can't think of it. It'll have to be like when I'm not thinking about ichi, ni, san, si, go, roku, shi, something. I fucking I can never remember. God damn it!
Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty! James,
I got possibility, bro. Fucking
yeah. When I'm not continuing without Gaines, right, guys? Listen, we started this at 8 p.m. Bangkok time, so 8 p.m. Eastern. We have been going for almost 6 hours, right? Yeah, 6 hours, 5 hours and 39 minutes. We literally only kept it going. Waiting for Raccoon to come on, waiting for the casino to go live. However, listen, guys, we started the first 20 minutes. I'm just going to tell you guys, the first 20 minutes of this recorded, listen, Gus, recorded spaces was Gaines talking as I kept calling him little stinky, little sneaky, and guys, you've got the first 20 minutes of anyone coming in the space and Gaines is welcoming one of his hardest essay fucking crack. You've got a few things. You've got Amanda's trifle. You got your woman Bbandz just coming in and raising hell like she always fucking does, that woman, you know. I suggest, I'm just going to say it, didn't listen at all.
Jacob too.
I'm getting there. This space is nearly, guys, 6 hours, right? Is worthy of just, I'm not shitting you. I've listened to stuff tonight. I've been crying. There has been times when, it's had a little lull, but trust me, wow, tonight has been in fucking insane. We had Jacob coming up, shit talking first, then we had your man come in. Fucking hell, Jesus, I'm glad I've spoken to him before for quite an extended period of time and knew who he was and could have a bit of a crack, right? If it this is the kind of space I want to listen to. So when I tune into other people's spaces, right? This is the kind of crack that I want to listen to. Jedi Defi Stoned Island Spaces the other night, which was fucking amazing. Like, right, laugh. Anyway, we're going to end at 𝕊ecret. We'll give a few shout outs. Your man Signal's in, your man Pepe is in, your man Jacob was class talking earlier, home pleb, Amir. Oh, he's caused some fucking shit, man. Last few days, your man. It's a good job. You're one of my best friends, Amir. I tell you, me and you spent a long time together. Anyway, Maul, yeah, Raccoon's back. 2 transactions, who gives a fuck? No pleb will be fucking complaining, man. The money's going in that slots regardless. Maul just give some regular updates of how reserves are. I think if we have a few tweets coming out from the official account about how things are progressing, wallets, you know, like players, whatever. Yeah, mate. Anyway, I'm going to end. RAC, do you want to say anything before we go? Any parting comments?
Yeah, for sure. I said it like 10 times today, but like very happy to have some time now to join back the spaces. And thanks a lot for waiting for us to come in. We were like, man, we need to finish it and go on space. So thanks a lot, guys. It's always the same thing I say, but I love you guys. That's it.
Mo, can you remember when we did the Mint of Space? You couldn't join, but you guys listened in later, and you fucking were dying. And you're in the DMs like straight away, and you're like, dude, we listened to that, like, and you're like, right, fucking, I'm telling you, we're coming on next week, and they did, guys. And then from then, which was like pretty much around about right at the beginning of April, yeah. So like we've been together on this journey through the peak or bottom. Hopefully, we've been on this journey, right, guys, for a long time. And I'll tell you what, like this shit runs deep. Aye, he's me blood. Aye, Maul, your man, we're blood. He knows the score. Anyway, bro, we're gonna end the space. Take care, mate. Enjoy your weekend. Go and see the family. Chill out, bro. Take care. And hey, next week, let's fucking not come to take part. Let's fucking take over. NFT. Wow. Fuck them all. See you in a bit, bro.
Peace.
𝕊ecret, are you dead? Oh, look, Weldon's coming. Weldon's coming.
I'm not dead, but I've been up for almost 21 hours straight. So
Weldon's coming. Which project is he supporting this week?
Wow.
Dude, there is a time when you have to call time on the spaces. I'm doing it anyway. 𝕊ecret, thank you for co-hosting tonight and saving me through those like moments of like spaces rugging us, dude. 6 hours of fucking dynamite. Wow. Jacob, Kujira, live, one after another. Let's see how far. I reckon 1K listeners. Take care, you plebs. Stay plebtastic and stay in the plebosphere. 𝕊ecret, just fucking take care of your own. You know how this works, son. Me G, man.
Peace, man. Take it easy.
Wait, I need a goodbye from your man. Where's me essay? Where's me good night from me essay?
All right, Holmes. You look, man. Take it easy. Have a good night, everybody. All right, vato locos. Stinky vatos.
Thanks for checking out another episode of The Ether. That was part 2 of the 2-part RAC FM number 14, Q&A with Notional and Kujira, recorded on Friday, December 9th, 2022. For TerraSpaces.org, I'm Finn. Thanks for listening. And if you want to keep listening, head on over to TerraSpaces.org/donate and show some support.
Put your hands up like you got a couple questions. Ain't no misdirection, just a bunch of flexing. All aggressive, insane from all directions. Smoke rolls in when I start a session. Blank canvas, blaze up the handlers. Rocking back and forth like I got the van stuck. Don't grind the clutch, mind your hush. Put your mask on and don't touch the antlers. Feeling untouchable when I'm on the verse. But in the universe, I'm just writing some words. Enticing these nerds while I'm laying out my memoirs. Like, remember when I had to fight the centaur? I'm a book nerd, let me take you on the journey. Lost in the labyrinth, searching out the lost fern. For certain, got the taxes included. Acting like a writer, never felt secluded. the shit and line them up. Just another fixed game of try my luck. Go, lighten up, dog, it could always be worse. Unless you're in the back of a hearse, then you're dead or putting in new speakers. It's a toss-up, driver or just tweakers. Don't stress, yo, I've done the research. Living life like a bunch of fucking lemurs. It's a remake, off the cutting floor we take a little bit of poison and put it in the cheesecake. Tastes great, less filling, less stress, more killing. As he blew the cornerstone out the building and the blocks came tumbling down all humble. Feels like we're drowning in a little puddle. Rebuttal, I should be taking off in the shuttle, getting high in space with the Hubble. TerraSpaces.